the audio is better today. How's everybody doing today? We're going to get started in just a few minutes, but in the meantime, smash the like button if you're watching on TikTok. Let's get some people into the live because we've only got about 6 people watching right now. So let's give everybody a chance to get into the live. We got a special live show today. But if nobody's here to watch it, then I don't know why I would break any of my NDAs. So today, if we get enough likes here, I'm gonna be disclosing one of my NDAs, even though it's not up for another 3 years. I feel like it's important. I feel like it's important, and you guys need to know this information. So I'm gonna be sharing it with you today. But we got to get some likes going. We got to get some likes, some gifts. Because this is, I could be sued over it. I could be sued. However, I think people need to know. People need to know what I have to say. It's nothing good. I'll tell you that right now. It's nothing good, but you need to know it. You need to hear it. I'm not here to tickle your guys and tell you that XRP is going to $1 million. I'm not here to tell you that you're going to get rich quick, but I am here to tell you the truth. So keep smashing that like button. Also, share the live. Thank you, Jonte, for sharing the live. Share the live with your friends. Let everybody know. Kodak, thank you for liking. Trump's going 3rd term. I did hear that. I did hear. What's up, Ozzy Nate? Yeah, if you're just listening, no problem. Some of you all are driving or whatever, but those of you who are, can engage. What's up, Saketh? Good to see you, buddy. Smash the like button, guys. Let's get lots of traction. Let's see if we can get to, I say when we get to 50,000 likes, then I will disclose the information. Yeah, if you're driving, please don't like. Okay, just drive. But if you're not driving, you're listening, and you can like. Let's get some people into the live before we get started. And no, it has nothing to do with Donald Trump. What I'm going to disclose today has nothing to do with Trump. Nothing to do with politics. Has everything to do with your safety and security of your family. It has everything to do with I don't know. We'll get into it. We'll talk about it. There's a few things that I need to tell you guys. There's a few things that I need to tell you, and we have a lot of news, and you're not gonna like what I have to say. I was hoping for another little pump just before, the last day of the month. I was hoping that it was going to pump. Always right. Thanks for the like, Poway. The likes. And remember, if you are watching on TikTok, we are on Twitch as well. If you want a more professional audio and video viewing style, come on over to Twitch. That's Oz the Crypto Goat, all lowercases, no spaces. And if you do happen to miss a live show, all the lives will be posted on YouTube. So you can go to YouTube, Oz the Crypto Goat, and you can find all the live recordings right there, just in case you miss one. Because I do know that some people are working, but it is the end of the month. It is the end of the month. It is a Tuesday, slow Tuesday, evidently. And if the live stays slow and we don't have a lot of people, I'm going to save this information for tomorrow's live, and we'll do a shorter segment of the news and we'll cover that portion of the news tomorrow. However, I really want to get this information out to you guys as soon as possible. As soon as possible, because things are happening. Yes, the recordings are on Twitch as well. However, they only stay up there for like a couple of weeks and then they get deleted. So we're also backing them up on YouTube as well. The idea is to make sure that this content can be reviewed at any time. Smash the like button, guys. I'm going to put on the music for a little bit. Or do you guys want to ramble and chat? You guys got any questions about what's going on today? Anything to talk about? I got a lot of news, but I want to wait until we have a full show. The show really doesn't start until about 5 p.m. I like to get it started a little early to give you guys a chance to get in here. But keep smashing that like button, guys. Bro is only talkative when it's a red day. I mean, I talk every day. I'm here 5 days a week. And everybody who's been watching this show knows that I called it when it was turning up. I told everybody, hey, we're going bullish again. And now we're here back. We're into a little bit of a bearish pullback. I think it's healthy price correction. But no, I'm here even when it's going up. And I've been ahead of that. But those of you who are deluxe subscribers, you already know that because you're getting those daily price point videos. And I'm sharing with you where the market is going. I'll tell you what, today threw me for a curve. I thought we were going to hit that 247 and we were going to continue moving upward. But right now, everything is doing the opposite. When it should pump, it's going down. When it's going down, it pumps. And it's crazy. Everything's backwards. Everything is backwards right now. You'll see it make a formation that's bearish and it'll have a bullish push. You'll see it make a bullish formation and it'll have a bearish drop. It's pretty ridiculous. And it has to do with the zone that we're in right now. This 220 zone is awful. The last time we were in it, we did something similar right here. Let me get rid of the ghost now. We did something similar right here. Right here it was. It's a nasty, nasty zone. And I think this is what we're doing right here. Same thing, come up, touch the top, come back down. We come up, touch the top, come back down. TikTok seller, thank you for the rose. Appreciate you. Appreciate you very much. All right. All right, we got some stuff to talk about. We got some things to look at. I have a lot of news for you guys, a lot of news. But in the meantime, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the show with your friends. We need to get to at least 10,000 likes before I'm going to disclose this information. I'd like to get to 50,000 likes. I need to make sure that there's lots of people in here when I say give out this information, because I could be sued over it. I could very well possibly be taken to jail over it. I don't know. I don't think I can go to jail for it. But I'm thinking if I don't give certain specifics. How's it going, Ray from Holland? Welcome, welcome. I'm pretty sure if I don't give specifics, it won't technically break my NDA, as long as I don't give out like what companies, where, and what is going on. But I do want to break down exactly how things work in that space, so that you guys have an understanding of what we're actually looking at, so that way you guys can prepare yourselves, prepare your families, and get ready for what's coming, because shit's about to get real, guys. It's about to get really real. So keep smashing that like button. We're going to get started in just a moment. I say it's going to get real because things are happening in the world right now that you guys need to know and understand. And because of what's happening, I will be breaking one of my NDAs today and giving you that information. I think it's important you guys know these things, and I think it, you know, God put it on my heart to tell you guys. XRP predictions, I think we're headed back to 220. I think we're headed back to 220. Maybe it'll just be a little price correction here. But it's underneath the blue line now. We'll get to it. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit later in the show. We have some news articles to cover and some things to talk about. But we'll go over the charts, we'll go through the news, and once we get enough people watching and a lot of likes, yeah, 50K likes. We've done it. We've done 150K. It's 2 a.m. in the Netherlands. Let's have it. You know what, Ray? If you're afraid you're going to miss it, you can always come back and watch the recording of the live. It will be posted on YouTube and Twitch. So you can just look up Oz the Crypto Goat, all lower cases, no spaces, and you can find the show recorded on YouTube, and you can find it on twitch.tv. What's up, B? How we doing, buddy? How's the audio on the Twitch side? B says, you're... B says, okay, going over to Twitch. Yeah, Twitch is where it's at, man. I got a whole new audio system. Simon says audio is great. Oh, I'm feeling so much better. I feel 85% better. Sounds good in your truck. Yeah, I got a whole new professional. So I got myself a Mackie audio interface. I got a Behringer audio mixer. We have the Rode mic. I have gold plated cables. So it's coming together quite nicely. And yesterday, so I ordered all this new equipment to come in, and they didn't send the cables, and I had to have I had to have new cables sent in because they delivered them to the wrong address. So yesterday I had one cable on hand. So yesterday was only one side. It was mono. So there was only the left channel. So today we have right and left. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. As you guys know, I am an audio engineer. That is my background. And as an is gift tier sub, Oz Crypto Goat. It's the first gift sub in the channel. Oh, awesome. X Dares. Thank you. Thank you for gifting that. So as you guys know, I am an audio engineer, or I was. I'm retired now, and I day trade crypto. I wouldn't even say I day trade it. I long trade it. I do like weekly and monthly trades. Sometimes I do day trades. Sometimes. Oh, we are almost to that 10K mark on TikTok. Awesome. Thank you, TikTok seller. I know you're tapping away. Chris, thank you for tapping away. Wow, B, thank you for gifting those subs. I appreciate it. We got some. If you guys want to gift a sub to somebody on Twitch, gift one to Awakened Mermaid Healer. I owe her one, and I haven't quite figured out how to send it to her. And I'm just still learning Twitch. So if you do want to give a subscription to someone, that's someone who really deserves it on Twitch, is Awakened Mermaid Healer. Or I think it's just Awakened Mermaid on Twitch. It's Mermaid Healer on TikTok. Osby says drop. If we break the 220 support, where's the next support level? I mean, it would be 215 technically, but I would say if we break past 220, it's going to around 205, $2. And if it breaks past that, expect it to see, $1.45 to $1.35. So it just depends on if it breaks, but technically it's still in an upward channel here. It still could be moving up this way. It's due for some kind of price correction. It seems to be going up now. We're at 224. So it has room for movement upward, but will it consolidate right here and head and shoulders is the question. Because this would be a nasty head and shoulders right here. That would send us back to that 205. And I have a feeling this is what we're headed for. If it consolidates, it's coming back down. We're going into the first of the month. They're going to be selling off the escrow for XRP from Ripple. So the first of the month is usually nasty. Usually nasty. And we're going into May. And they say sell in May, go away, right? So I would imagine that we're probably about to make a turnaround. If we were going to move up here and hit this zone, I think we would have already done it. It's just, there's a lot of resistance right here. And as I told you guys, we'd probably hit 235 and that would be it. And we nailed it to the cent. To the fraction of a penny, we nailed 235 right here and then took a downturn. So we fulfilled this head and shoulders. Other people were, speculating and saying that we would hit, 250. And I was like, I don't see it because of all the resistance, that more than likely we would hit 230 and then hit 235. And we hit that perfectly. So now we're waiting to see what happens. You have to keep an eye on it. Oza, thank you. John Wick is in the live, y'all. John Wick just joined the live. John Wick, I love the movies. Y'all seen John Wick? Of course you guys seen John Wick. John Wick is freaking awesome, bro. I love John Wick. All right, all right. So, like I said, I will be breaking some NDAs today. And look at guys, we are 77% of the way to hitting the new record of subscribers on Twitch. So if you haven't subscribed on Twitch yet, now would be the time to do it. We have 1 minute and 20 seconds to hit that subscription level. If you'd like me to check Quant, that's no problem. Come on over to Twitch and ask in the Twitch side of the chat, and I would be more than likely, or I would be more than happy to do that. Or you can become a subscriber, and I will see. That's the issue. So come on over to Twitch, and I will take care of that. That's the issue with the NDA. I can't say who. I'm gonna be vague about who, but I'm gonna be very descriptive about what and what you need to know. But I feel like if I don't say who the NDA is with, I should be good. What, I got a hype chest? Heck yeah. Choo choo. Heck yeah, we got a hype train on Twitch. That's what's up. All-time record. Nice. Thank you, B, for sending those subscriptions. I appreciate that. So, yeah, come on over to Twitch. That's Oz the Crypto Goat, all lower cases, no spaces, and I'll go over any projects you like, or become a subscriber on TikTok, and I will go over whatever projects you like. Otherwise, we're doing XRP for free. XRP is the freebie. Fireman Joe, thank you for subscribing. HD Malicious, thank you for liking the live. So let's look at the charts. We'll get into the news, and then I will disclose some information for you guys. But we got to get more likes before I'm going to do it. I want to make sure that there's a lot of people watching the show. So let's see here. So the 1 hour. I've been looking a lot at the 1 hour lately, and I had a feeling we were going to do something like we did here: swing, consolidate, and pump. And we did it. We swing, we consolidated, but we dropped. It just couldn't hold the support. And technically, we're still right there on the line. We're just underneath it. And we're coming back up to it. But if we start hitting this blue line and start heading back down, it's done. It's done. See you in 2 months. You know, that's kind of where we're at right now. But there's a lot of buy pressure. Look at this candle right here. Look at this candle. Can you guys see it? If you're on TikTok and you can't quite see the charts, come on over to Twitch. That's Oz the Crypto Goat, all lowercases, no spaces, and you can have it cast directly to your device. So look at this cross right here. All right. A lot of buy pressure happening right now. So it wants to go up. It wants it. The question is, will it hit the blue line and come back down? We'll have to keep an eye on it. Let's take a look at the 1 minute. Look at the 1 minute is just a flat line right now. That looks like a bull flag. That's a bull flag in the 1 minute, but that would only send it up to the blue line. All right. So we got a little bull flag here. Don't FOMO too crazy because every time it's formed something bullish, it ends up having a bearish outcome. I don't know why it's been doing that lately, but that seems to be the case. No, I'm not plugged into the router yet. You know, I could do it real quick. I have the Ethernet cable and stuff. The thing is, the stage crew is building in the studio right now. So I don't want to run a fiber optic cable on the ground because it's going to be ran through the ceiling. And I don't want to run it on the ground and it get damaged while they're, you know, putting in carpet and hanging drywall and hanging insulation and stuff. Yeah, it's going to get soon, very soon. I actually had the stage crew in today and they worked from like 7 a.m. till about 4 p.m. And I'd say it's about 50% of the way done. I'd say it's about 50% of the way done, but the walls and the drywall and everything has to get done before they can even put the carpet in. So the carpet's not even put in, but all the materials have been purchased now, I believe. So it's just getting them in here to do it. But for right now, we got what we got. Yeah, it's definitely coming along nicely. It sounds really good in there. The it's like quadruple insulated and it's built like a freaking fortress, but it's also built like a Faraday cage. So there, the signal getting in there, everything has to be hardwired. Everything has to be it's everything's got to be with a cable and nothing can be wireless because of the way it's set up. And that's partially because of the airplanes and stuff we have out here. We have a landing strip. Oh, look at it, was a bull flag. Boom. We should probably tap here. We'll probably tap that blue line. No, didn't quite make it. But maybe we'll get another candle here. Maybe we'll see. See what happens. Yeah, I have to have the soundproofing. It's crazy. My walls are probably 2 feet thick. So it's like double walled, quadruple insulated, 4 layers of. Nice to see a green candle. Yeah. Not for long. It was just a little 1 minute candle. Yes, it is an end of days bunker. This building has been here since, gosh, I think it was built in 1940. And so the studio's an add-on to that, but built with the same construction. The charts are messing with your feelings today. I know, right? The charts hurt my feelings today. My feelings are so hurt by XRP right now. I was sure we were going to pump. And we just didn't get it. I was feeling it so hard. And we just didn't get it. But, you know, this is a tricky zone right here. So we'll see. It looks like another little flag. Maybe. Nope. Let's see how this candle closes. Maybe we'll form another little flag. No, it's done. It's done. It didn't even get to the line. Bruh. Bruh. This is XRP. Tomorrow, I doubt it. I think tomorrow it'll probably recover back to 225 or 230 and then come back down. But I don't think it's going to pass 235. We were hoping for, you know, bigger numbers. Look at that. Nasty. Nasty. We're going to get more red than we got green for this whole freaking thing. Oh, man. This is why you guys can't watch the 1 minute chart, because it will break your heart. It will break your heart. I'm broken. Luckily, I got out at about 225, so I didn't really do too much damage. No losses or anything, but no real gains. But I made gains earlier on, just in the day trading the last couple days. No big deal. Whatever. You can't win them all, you know? You try to win them all. Jacob Andrew, I should have listened to you, bro. You told me 217 and I was like, "Nah, man. We're holding above 225, man." And you were right, bro. I don't know why. I was feeling it. I thought we had one more day of pump. Jacob Andrew. Yeah. I should have listened to you, bro. I should have listened to you. I know, but I don't know why. I just thought for sure. B says 50 cents. I need to start listening to B more. B knows where it's going. I know I'm right pretty often, but that's the thing, is you can't be right every time. I was just like, man, we're holding above the line. I think we're going to do it. And no, it didn't want it. It's a weird day. I thought it would be bullish today. I know, right? You know what? It's been like that the last... Hear me out. We've been pumping on Sundays for like 3 weeks in a row. That never happens. We always dump on Sunday. We've been pumping on Sundays, and we've been dumping on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And I mean, the thing will form a bullish structure, and then it'll drop, and it'll form a bearish structure, and it'll pump. Let me see if I can find an example of one of those. See how far we can go back. I'll show you. And they're always in the short time frame, you know? You'll see them. Let me see if I can find one. It was like a while ago. Each one of these is like a minute, so bear with me. Let me look here. See where it was. I think we're getting close. Look. No, I don't think that was it either. Where is it at? I don't know what happened to it. It was like textbook. I don't know. I'm not going to look for it. Still green? Am I still bearish on XRP? I think right now in the short term I am. I don't know. I'm conflicted. This zone that we're in right now is very tricky. So more than likely it's going to bounce between there for a little while. Where are we? Look at the 10-minute. Jeez. So yeah, I mean, we're moving up. We got some green candles, but more than likely we're ready for a downturn. Now, do we come back and double bottom here and then come back up? I hope so. That's what I'm thinking. We'll probably hit 222 the next time around, just a little bit lower. Look at Bitcoin. Become a subscriber if you want to go over a different project, or come on over to Twitch, and it's free. So if you come put it in the chat on Twitch, then I will go over Bitcoin for you. And so come on over to Twitch. Skeptic Leo, thank you for the roses. 6 roses. Thank you very much. Don't forget, guys, we are live on Twitch. That's Oz the Crypto Goat, all lowercases, no spaces. So Road King, if you're on Twitch, come on over to the live on the Twitch side and put it in the chat, and I'll look at whatever project you like. Twitch gets free priority on the chat, guys. So if you want priority on the chat, if you want subscription chat status on the chat, all you have to do is come over to Twitch. It is free, but you got to do it on the Twitch side, because there is the possibility that TikTok will no longer be available in the US, that we could get hit with guidelines and not be able to go live for a week. It's happened before. So we are mitigating that by moving over, having dual platforms. So this way, once you move over to the Twitch side, that way, if something should happen, you know where to come find the show. So that's the whole point of that. So that's why I'm offering that service that's normally for subscribers. If you move over to the Twitch side, you get it for free. Just by coming over here. You don't have to pay or anything. There are ads, but you should be able to get it in pretty quickly to where you won't even see an ad. Just got home, told my fam, all rise, the GOAT is live on Twitch. Oh, that's great. All rise. The great and powerful Oz has spoken. I think you're right. 50 to 70 cents. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I think 75 cents. I think there's a lot of people diamond handing the shit out of this thing, man. And they are going to hold it and sink with the ship. They will sink all the way down. They think that it's going to, you know, gosh, $10,000 in XRP. And they firmly believe it, and nothing will shake them of that idea. They are being spoon-fed the moon cheese. And I'll tell you, I'm not going to say who, but one of my friends that worked with me when I was an audio engineer, he bought the top, man. He bought it like $3.15. I bought some at $3, you know, just a little bit, just because I thought we were bull flagging. We were going to take off. I bought a little bit. And then it started coming back down, and I was like, okay, I'm going to hop out, you know. And I tried to tell him, I was like, hey, man, you should probably think about taking your money out. There's a possibility that we could hit $5 to $7 at the end of the year. There's a possibility, but more than likely we'll hit $2 to $3 at the end of the year. Yo, my stock challenge ends on May 8th. Should I hold the short? I mean, you were supposed to sell the short at 163, bro, but I think you could hold it for a little longer and be all right. 163 was the price point for the big drop. However, it is going to go back down. But you weren't watching the show. You got mad greedy. Oh, you couldn't sell because you had a game, and then you got mad greedy. Bro, you can't get greedy. You can't get emotional. You can't FOMO. You have to have a game plan and stick to it. You have to have a game plan, stick to it, and if it breaks that, then you make adjustments. But if you stick to solid game plan, you will be successful. It only takes two things to become a successful trader, guys. Okay? You only need two things and you will be successful. You will make amazing trades and you will become wealthy. These are the only two things you need. It may go, I think it's going to go back to $2, Saketh. Maybe even lower. Probably 145. So hold it, hang in there. Let's see, when is your thing over? The 8th? I'd hold till the 8th. Holding long, buying the blood. And good for you, man. If that's your strategy and it works for you. But let me tell you right now, what will get you rich in this game? The only two things that you need, okay? The only two things that you need to be successful as a trader is one, you need a game plan. You need a strategy that works, that is 75 to 80% accurate and plays out. Obviously, we can't win them all, and we can't get every wick, and we can't get, every tip, but we can get the middle. All right, we can get those candles in the middle. All right, you have a good strategy, and you stick to it, and you stick to that game plan. All right, find a strategy that works to you and stick to it like glue. Do not waver from your strategy. All right, the second thing that you got to do, the second thing is you got to eliminate emotion. Get your emotions under control. If you cannot control your emotions, if you cannot control yourself, and you will FOMO in every time, you will lose every time, and you will dwindle away at your money every time. Okay? You must have a game plan, stick to it, and get your emotions under control. For me, my game plan for emotions is I do the opposite. Whatever my emotions are telling me, I do the opposite. So if I feel like I'm like, it's going to pump, it's going to go, I try to do the opposite. I did not do that today. Okay. However, it lined up with my game plan. I did keep my emotions intact. But I still was like, okay, here's the game plan. It looks like we're going to pump. I'm going to go ahead and try to pick up on that. And the only reason I'm jumping in right now is because I'm trying to pick up a little extra coin, because we're not making any money on TikTok anymore. We're not making any money on Twitch anymore. We're barely making any money. And the cost of materials, like today with the stage crew, I had to go in and get materials at Home Depot. I was at Home Depot 2 days ago. 2 days ago, and today the prices were higher for the things that I had to buy. I had to buy the same things, and I didn't get enough of it, and we needed some more. And so I went in and I got the stuff, and it was already more expensive 2 days later. And so I'm trying to get all this stuff done and built before shit gets crazy. Because things are getting more expensive. Literally, the camera that I ordered for the show, I need 2 of them, because I need one for my other show as well, because it's going to have two hosts on the new show. So I need a second camera. But I was like, I'm going to wait on the camera. Literally, the camera that I ordered is now $200 more for the camera. Luckily, I bought it when I did, and I got it for a really good price. But now it's risen by $200 if I hadn't waited. And the thing is, I did wait. I should have bought 2 of them. I didn't, because I was like, oh, I don't need it yet. I'll wait till the studio's done. Because I'm like, I need to buy carpet and insulation and all these different things. And I just decided to wait. So we're not really making any money doing this show right now. It looks like we might have another little bull flag here, though. We'll keep an eye on it. That's the 15 minutes. Let's look in the 1 minute. But we're not making any money, guys. This show is bleeding money like crazy. Shit, the Logitech webcams are as good as those expensive ones. I know, but I wanted one with AI tracking and stuff, so I didn't have to get a video control board. So I got the OBS 4K Tiny 2. It's actually a decent little camera. I like it. But I was gonna get a Logitech. They're not as good. I want quality stuff. I plan on doing multiple shows and possibly even renting out the studio. So I want high quality equipment. Plus, this is what I did professionally, guys. So I'm like, this is something I can't half-ass because this is represents who I am and what I do, and where I'm knowledgeable. Not just with, you know, trading I'm knowledgeable, but also I'm knowledgeable with this type of equipment. XRP just paid for my new Traxxas Xmas. What is that? XRP has been paying for this show, by the way. I haven't been making any money, so I've been making trades. This looks like a Head and Shoulders, baby. But it looks like it may have already played out, and now it might be double topping. So it looks like we had a Head and Shoulders here. And now what I think we're looking at is a double top. Oops. More than likely. RC car goes over 60 miles an hour. That's nice. Yeah, I ended up putting a new transmission in my Doom buggy with XRP money. I got a fully built racing Volkswagen engine and transmission. So it's a 1904 cc air cooled, and it's got oil cooler, and it's all chromed out. And then I had a transmission built for it, and the transmission is spider gear and walkout plate and all kind of super high performance. It was built by More Performance. If you guys know who More Performance is, he's a guy out here in California, and he won the Baja 500 in 1974. He used to be my neighbor back in the day. The Baja 1000, nice. Yeah, I race off-road too. I got a sick Doom buggy, man. And I like old school stuff, you know. Sure, I could go get a Razor or something, but like everywhere I go, people have those, and having like that old school 4-seater sandrail, you know, built in the 70s, or actually I think it was built in 68. You just don't see that stuff anymore, and it's like being out there with a classic car. So that's why I have the one that I have, and it's sick, man. It's sick. If y'all have an off-road vehicle and you want to play show and tell, let me know. I'm down. One of these days I'll pop some pictures up during the live and stuff. You got a rock crawler? Yeah, I have a 1976 M880 military vehicle. And it's like a 1 1/4 ton, 4x4, 33-inch tires. It's pretty sick. I want to put another lift on it. I want to put the Humvee wheels on it. And I want to put like a 8-inch lift on there. Spend my summer in the Black Hills rock crawling. Nice. Out here, like in the Vegas area and all the way down into Lucerne Valley, they have King of the Hammers. And it's the most intense racetrack in the world, I guess is what they call it. If you've ever heard of King of the Hammers, it's, you know, it's a few hours away, but I go out there. I try to go out there as often as I can. King of the Hammers is legit. You go every year, Jacob, huh? I forget, you're close by. And don't forget, guys, we are having the meet and greet in Vegas. June 2nd, I will be in Vegas. We'll be having a meet and greet. I think we're going to do the Bellagio or we're going to do Caesar's Palace. I haven't decided yet which one it's going to be, but we'll be meeting there in Vegas, and we'll play some games. We'll hang out. If you want to, you know, be on the live and talk about your crypto experience or pretty much whatever. We can't talk about certain things because of guidelines, but if you want to come out to the show or just meet and greet and hang out with me, and we can, you know, have a little sip of something or play a couple games, we can do that. Run a group of UTV here in the Dakotas. About 700 of us went to the Hammers last year. Nice. Hey, Ghost Pepper, follow me and join our little group here. And next time you're out this way, we can meet up. We'll go ride together. That sounds like fun. Smash that like button, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Share the show with your friends. If you're not a subscriber yet, become a subscriber. When you subscribe, you get access to daily price point videos where I'm basically calling where it's going to go every single day. I think in the last month, I've probably made one mistake, and that was today. And that's because everything is going like crazy. Go check my Instagram. I will. Jacob, the thing is I'm not trying to give out my personal information to people. Let's meet at the meet and greet and see who's cool and who's not and go from there. I like to do Vegas. Still need to talk to my wife and look at the schedule. You better make it happen, bro. I expect to see you. I want to see you there, bro. TikTok seller, I don't know if you're old enough to go to Vegas, but you should come out. This is XRP we're looking at right now. Here, let me put it up here. There. So y'all can see it. But yeah, June 2nd, guys. June 2nd will be the meet and greet. Come out. It looks like we double topped here. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll creep back up. But the meet and greet, guys, June 2nd in Las Vegas. Let's hang out. Let's get to know each other. And if you want to be a part of the special live show in Vegas, that would be the time to do it. I will interview you if you like. We can do some journalism, investigative, or an interview style journalism. We can get your take on crypto and XRP or whatever, and conspiracies if you want. We're just so you know, hey, they have airplanes, bro. Jump on an airplane from Australia. Make it a family vacation. Bring the family. It's the same weekend as the Baja 500. And you know what? Next year, I'm probably going to be at the crypto convention in Vegas. So if you guys can't make it out to this one, we're going to plan one for next year's crypto convention in Vegas. So if you need more time, if you're in a different country or a different place and you want to join for the crypto convention, we're going to be there next year. I have spoken. Can XRP hit $3 in May? Heck no. I don't think it's going to hit $3. I think we're going to hit $1-ish, 120-ish, 130-ish, 140-ish. And then in July, August, September, we could possibly see 250 to 280 again. We're coming back down. And you laugh when I say that, but let me tell you something. I called 163, baby, months in advance. The 19th of May, remember that date? What makes you say the 19th? ETFs? Look at. We came up here. We're headed back down here. Somewhere along there. May 19th, I would... You know, it is possible. But I want to know what has happened in May 19th. I guess I can Google it. If my fact checker is watching the show right now, could you look up what's happening on May 19th? Are you there right now? I had to cut some of the staff. I should have a fact checker though. Should be listening or they're fired. Uphold says XRP ETF approved. No, we're gonna get into that. That's actually the next news we're gonna talk about. But let's look at the charts just a little bit more. What's supposed to happen May 19th? Everything is going red because Powell said no rate cuts in May because of tariffs. Yeah, but we already knew that. We already knew no rate cuts were coming. If you've been watching this show, you knew it. Thank you for the heart, me. Appreciate you. But yeah, if you've been watching this show, you knew the rate cuts weren't coming. We've been saying that for a while. CME Group will start trading XRP May 19th. Lots of feed in Twitch. Lost the feed in Twitch. Oh, shoot. I also forgot to start recording. Whoops. He just said it again today. Yep. Man, I hope I didn't lose the live because somebody said they wanted to watch it but wanted me to record it. I keep forgetting to record the live, but my IT guy has a way of recovering everything. So May 19th, XRP goes to the moon. We'll see. Let's see here. Where was May 19th here? May 19th. In the last cycle. Look at what May 19th was our last cycle. On the dot. Do you guys see it? May 19th is this big red candle in the previous cycle. And I think that's why they put that date there. Because that's what they've been doing. They've been, every time things are supposed to drop hard, they're trying to put out something that's going to make it pump. That's why in this cycle, Schizo, would you like to come on the show? And I'd love to hear your take on things. But as you can see, we had the day before tariffs were supposed to go into place. Donald Trump comes out with the crypto reserve news, which ended up being a nothing burger. And then the next day we had tariffs. And then Brad Garlinghouse comes out with news that the XRP case is over when it wasn't. And then we get the Fed result, So I think something like that's going to happen. It'll get a nice pump and then it'll get a nice dump. I'm trading PRCL while I'm listening. You're funny, man. I love you, Jacob. You're a fun one, dude. And I'll tell you what. You're a pretty smart cookie. You're a pretty smart one, bro. I have to say that whenever I get it wrong, you get it right. You've been on point, bro. I have to say, I'm gonna start watching what you're doing. And you know what I noticed? The difference between you and me is you're not paying for fees, so your trading style is a little bit different. And I'm starting to realize, no, but even though you're learning, like everybody's learning, you never stop learning. You never stop learning. But it's very interesting to me. I'm gonna add skis on here as to come onto the show. Oh, he's not available. Schizo, come on to the show. I want to hear what you got to say. Sound like you got stuff to talk about. But yeah, Jacob, I noticed like you got a little bit of a different style than the way I do things because you're not paying for fees, so you're getting in more of those trades. And like I'm watching that and I'm like, man, like I'm starting to wonder, like maybe I should just, like pay for the fees because I could be making a lot more trades. But my thing is I'm already so busy with the show and everything, and like I am watching the charts, all the time because of the show. But it's like, man, I would really have to be trading all the time, and I like that I can just throw some money in there and forget about it for a few days and then come back and trade because the markets never close, but I guess I could still trade that style and do like quick ones. I'm tempted. I don't even know how much it costs. How much does it cost? I don't even know what platform you're using. $4 a month. I lose that in 2 trades, right? Exactly. You called it exactly that it was going to pull back to 220. And it's probably going to pull back more. I'll tell you what, if we break past $2 though, we break below $2, expect to see the low price of 145 to, or I would say 155 to 130, and possibly even as low as 125. What do you use most as indicators when predicting the trends? I do not use indicators. I use candles only, and that is how I was able to predict 163. That is how I was able to predict that we were moving in a downward trend. That is how I knew that we were going to hit 163 before we took a violent turn back up several months ago. And that's why I feel like we're going to break past this and continue going up. Because according to my calculations, 163 was the bottom and it should come back up. But the problem is the news. Definitely believe in reading candles. Yeah, candles is the way to go, bro. Reading candles, the indicators will throw you off. Every once in a while, I will throw out the 50, 100, and 200 EMA. And let me tell you, the EMA, all right, on the 1 day says that we're coming down to $2. All right. If we break past that, we're done. But I don't even use that. I get all those price points without even looking at the EMAs. I don't need it. The way to do it is with the candles. You're the first I've seen only to do that because you show me some examples from today. Please and thank you. Sure. So you want to know how I came up with 163? I will explain to you how I got 163, okay? I bought in down in these smart zones for months and months and months, for many, many years. And then we pumped up here, and then we started to pull back, right? And I was like, okay, I'm going to hold on and wait because we're waiting for Trump to get into office. And I knew Inauguration Day, it would be about it, okay? June 16th. Okay, I took my first profits June 16th. And then we started getting tariff nonsense and started dropping down. And I got out at about 315. And then we dropped hard and we wicked down here. We started doing this and we started moving back up here. We did this again. And I knew the tariffs were coming again and we were going to drop again. As soon as we moved up here, okay, I saw that we had a head and shoulders formation. And that's when I decided to start the show. It was about February 14th, 15th. I went live on Mega Crypto's show and I pointed out that we were forming a head and shoulders. And we, sure enough, we dropped and then we wicked up again and we formed the top of this shoulder. And I thought for sure that was it, that we were coming down to 163 here, but it didn't happen. There was a lot of buy pressure, a lot of people. And he says, Stanley, get that crystal ball. It's not crystal ball. I'm just well informed. I'm reading the news and I'm using the news to predict what's going. Yeah, screw the media on this one. Exactly. But, you know, I saw this head and shoulders formation. I went on Mega Crypto show as a guest and I was like, hey, everyone was bullish, bullish, bullish is all you heard. And I was like, hey guys, we're going into a bearish trend. It hadn't even really happened yet. We just had like a first sell-off price correction. Everybody was like, oh, it's going to the moon from here. We're still, because we were moving like this. It was going up and down and up and down. And, you know, we were expected to move up here to all-time highs. And I was like, it's not happening, guys. And that's when everybody started noticing and the tariff stuff started coming out. And then it was just like, oh, man. But the reason I knew about tariffs is because Donald Trump told us about it when he was on the campaign trail. We knew this was going to happen. I knew it was going to pump till inauguration, and after inauguration, it was going to dump hard. I knew it. And the thing is everyone was being told the opposite. So what did I do? How did I find 163, you ask? Well, I came here. And I looked at, okay, where we pumped and where we flagged. Okay. And I saw this little flag channel thing that formed here. This was a nice little flag, right? And this was like a fucked up zone, right? Not quite a flag, but it's still pumped, right? And I said, okay, where is it going to fall when it drops? And I looked here and I said, okay, the top of this wick is 163. 163. And so I was like, all right, that'll be the top. That'll be where it drops out. And that would fulfill this diamond top. It would not have fulfilled the head and shoulders, but it would have fulfilled the diamond top, which it ended up growing into. Now we're in this descending channel. So either we're going to break out of here and go up to new all-time highs, or we're going to drop down and we're going to come down into the lower portion of this using the candles. Okay. Using the candles, I'm guessing the bottom of this candle, let's see, right here where these candles meet is 147, right? And right here is 155. I think it's going to hit here. 155 to 130, which is right here. But the absolute lowest is going to be right here of 125. That's how it's done. Jared, on my way back down now, or any more pump first? I just need to wait for more explanation. Yeah, I think we're headed back down. I think that was just a nice little bull trap, and we'll see. You're half listening. You're talking about the next wick, right? Yeah, the next wick to the bottom. And that's if we turn down. We are still technically in an upward trend. Look at this, guys. Okay, we are in an upward trend, but look at what it's forming. Okay. This is a heavily bearish trend. See that? When you get downward movement into something like this, the next move is down. But here the thing is, we could go as high as that 140. I was going to say 147, but we kind of blew past that. Now we're looking at like 140. But usually these patterns don't make it to the tip. They make it to about where it's at right now, and then they break. So I think it's done. I think we're done skis. How are you in an uptrend? What do you mean? Positive. Oh, yeah. When it drops like that, guys, definitely going to be buying like crazy, yo. All right. I will be buying like crazy. But in the meantime, we are almost to 20K likes. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share the show with your friends. We're going to start getting into the news. I'm going to finish up this technical analysis for you guys right now, and we're going to get into the news, and I will disclose my NDA tonight. I've been talking about it for a while, and I decided it's time. Right here, baby. Look at that. Lines up right there at that 133. Right? 133. What does the candle say? Candle says 136. So that's where we would go. Will it bounce back to 2 after the drop? Yeah, I think so. I think it'll hit $2 on the way down, consolidate, drop down, which would bring us down even lower to about 125 to 130. And then we would bounce from there, I would say, to about 198 to $2. I'm thinking probably more like 180. I've been making Google Docs notes on your lives, and it actually helps a lot. Awesome, man. But yeah, I'm thinking the next time it's going to be 180, but more than likely, it's not going to do that. If it does anything like it did here, that's if. Okay, if it does like it did here, it'll hit that bottom, and then it'll move down, and then we'll pump up in a few months later. So more than likely what happens is we drop down here. We get a little bit of a price correction at probably like 150, 155 up to like 175. And then we drop again to like that 130 zone. Okay. And then we probably taper off somewhere around $1 to 75 cents. And then we move back up to like 250 to 280. Yes, I'm talking about XRP. It's all over the here. XRP for days. XRP for days. All right, let's get into the news. We have a lot of news. Let me drink some water because I'm about to read. And those of you watching on Twitch, how are you enjoying the audio? Hopefully it sounds amazing because I spared no expense. And that's because of you guys. You guys support this show with your donations. Your donations has allowed us to create an amazing show here. And if you do want to send a donation, I don't think the donation thing has been coming up for the live. Oh, yeah, they are. So you can send a donation. So donations can be sent there. You can also send them to the Cash App or Venmo That's Oz or OZZY 122-33-504 on Cash App or Venmo. If you made some money and you want to help to contribute to the show, everything you guys send me, I put right back into this show. I love how Brazil is going ahead and pushing forward. Can you repeat your analysis on XRP? Yes, I will repeat it. However, we need to read some of the news. So I will get back to it after we're done reading these articles. So just bear with me for a minute and I will get back to technical analysis. So XRP ETFs launch, but they're not the ones traders are waiting on. 3 XRP exchange trade funds will soon hit the market, but they are not the ones traders are banking on to unleash a wave of trades. ProShares will soon launch the ProShares Ultra XRP ETF, ProShares Ultra Short XRP ETF, and ProShares Short XRP ETF after filing an update with the Securities and Exchange Commission. This is not a spot XRP ETF. It's several leveraged and inverse ETFs obtaining XRP exposure via derivatives. TikTok seller says emails are awesome. Then I checked the videos and it says they're taken down. TikTok is annoying. Yes, but if you're a deluxe subscriber with those emails and the video is taken down, you can still send me a direct message and we can still talk about it. So that's the whole point of having the email system and having you guys be a deluxe subscriber. It allows you to mitigate that slippage with TikTok. So when you guys are a deluxe subscriber with TikTok, you can sign up for the email list. It's only $2 for the email list, and you will get a direct notification anytime I post something. And if I post something and it's a red alert or whatever, and it gets taken down by TikTok, and you will still be notified that I posted something, and you'll be able to message me and say, hey, the video you posted is gone, or it's under review or whatever. You can still get that information instantly, because that's been a big problem. Is every time I want to post something and it's critical and you guys need to know it now, it's under review or something and you guys can't see it and it's too late. So when you guys become deluxe subscribers and you sign up for that email list, you are going to get those messages immediately. By the way, if anybody is on the email list and you're watching this show and you feel like you've been satisfied with what you're getting, please let the chat know, let people know that you're enjoying it. TikTok Seller 44 says emails are awesome. Then I checked the videos and it says they got taken down. TikTok is annoying. Anybody else enjoying your email mailing list? We've got several people on the email list now. Some people can't join the lives and they can't make it or whatever. So they're getting those email alerts as well. So they don't really have to watch the live and they get all the information they need. That's if you trust me. And I'm sure a lot of you guys trust me wholeheartedly by now. But I'm telling you, we are on top of it. The email list is amazing. It's a little bit of extra work. It's somewhat automated, yet it's not at the same time, because I do have to make fluctuations and changes, because some things are red alerts, some things are just video posts, some things are just a welcome letter for people. So it does still take some hands-on, and it is not free. It does cost me to have the service. So that's why I do have to charge for it. But those of you who do have it, I'm glad that you're happy with it. So what's in ProShares ETFs? ProShares funds will offer traders exposure to XRP through derivative contracts, allowing them to bet both for and against cryptocurrency price movements with leverage. Okay. And I think people are going to short the market at first and it's going to bring it down, or they're going to pump it at first and then it's going to get shorted. Whichever way it moves first after this, know that it's going to do the opposite. Okay? Whichever way it moves first after these ETFs drop, know that XRP will begin to move the opposite, because they're going to, if it's going to drop down, they're going to pump it up first and then they're going to short it and bring it down. Or if it's going to drop first and be shorted, then it's going to pump up and expect to see crazy numbers and people liquidated. But just know, these ETFs are not the spot ETFs we've been waiting for, but people don't know any better, so they're eating the moon cheese, they're buying it up, so that's why we pumped. XRP news today. XRP gains as Brazil approves the first XRP spot ETF. BTC at 93K. Obviously, this is Brazil, okay? You have to understand, just because our country in the United States, I'm in the United States, those of us who are in the United States, just because institutions can't buy it in the United States doesn't mean that other countries aren't going to allow that. This is a global currency thing. Our country does not control it. Okay? So keep that in mind. When do the ETFs hit? The ETFs hit April 30th. April 30th, which is tomorrow. And that's why I was like, we're going to pump, man. I was like, we're going to pump. We're going to pump. And I'm hoping like, oh, but you know what they're going to do? They're going to see this pattern. They're going to short it. And if XRP was so useful, Ripple would have made the currency conversion service themselves. XRP is a scam. Maybe. I think that XRP is like a bucket with no bottom. Okay, if XRP is meant to do what it's meant to do, the money flows through it. It doesn't stay in it. Okay, so it's like trying to fill a bucket with no bottom. They're going to short it tomorrow. I think you're right. I think you're right. We're in a bearish downward trend. Okay, we're in this bearish ascending wedge. Okay. Everything is indicating a move down. Now, I thought we were going to get a pump up here just a little bit more. I was trying to grab it because I was being greedy, because we're not making any money in the show and I need to pay the staff. So that's why I jumped in. And because I let my emotions get the best of me, I ended up losing money and now I'm in the hole. So if you guys do want to help support the show, now would be a good time. I could use a donation. So, donations. Cash App. Or Venmo. So yeah, if you've made some money on some trades and you feel like you can donate, I would much appreciate it, because I didn't do too well. I got a little FOMO'd out today. I was hoping for something else. I didn't really FOMO. I saw the charts and I was like, okay, I really need to make money. I need to pay the staff. I need to make some things happen. And unfortunately, it didn't play out like I hoped. And so money's a little tight now. So if you can donate, much appreciated. If not, no big deal. I'll figure it out. We're going to keep going, but we are not making anything off of TikTok. I think an average live on TikTok, I'm making about $1, maybe $2. And on Twitch, I'm making absolutely nothing. I do have some subscriptions, so I may have made like $10 today. It looks like a rising wedge that are about to break down. I think so. And if they're going to approve ETFs, they're going to short it right here, and that's going to dump it hard, and that's going to bring us into that 120, 130, 140, 150, somewhere in there. We have to see where it breaks first, but I'm thinking 155 if you want to play it safe. And if you like to live dangerously, 125, 126. Oh, not tomorrow, just soon. It'll take time. It takes time for these things to play out. It could take a month. It's not like it's going to drop overnight. These things take time. Smash that like button, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Share the show with your friends. And don't forget, we are live on Twitch. That's Oz the Crypto Goat, all lower cases, no spaces. And Gina G, if you need more guidance and coaching as a deluxe subscriber, please feel free to reach out and message me. Just remember, guys, if you are a deluxe subscriber and you do message me, I am taking weekends off, okay? So Sundays, I need to have my day on Sunday where I'm resting and I'm recuperating. The doctor says that I need to take one day off. At least I've literally been working with no days off for about 4 months now straight. 4 months, and 3 of those months have been doing the show. 1 month of that was I was working on my dune buggy and things in my Corvette and trying to get things going, and I have just been doing way too much. The doctor says I need to take a day off. 4 months without 1 day of rest has taken its toll on my body. So I will be taking a day off. Maybe I'll take Saturday off instead of Sunday, but I feel like we already know what's going to happen on Sundays most of the time. And Sundays are usually slow news days. But if it's like an emergency and crazy things are happening on the weekend, I'm still posting those daily price point videos. I'm still giving you that information. And if you really, really need that extra coaching on a Sunday, if you want to send me a donation, I'll go ahead and I'll take care of you, because I want to help people. It's not really about the money so much. It's about helping you guys. So if you guys send me a donation on the weekends, I will answer your questions on Saturday and Sunday. But otherwise, I do need to have some time to myself. I'm getting hundreds, if not thousands, of messages sometimes. Now, mind you, some of those messages are from chatbots and fake things, and I have to weed through all of that. But then there's also you. I have 75 subscribers, deluxe subscribers, that are like messaging, and so it can be a little overwhelming. So if you do want to message on the weekends, please send a donation, and I'll be more than happy to do that. Remember, that's Oz the Crypto Goat, all lower cases, no spaces, and you can send those donations. All right, back to the news. All right, we are getting into NDA territory. All right, we are getting into the NDA territory soon. Let's do this one first, and then I will be disclosing that NDA for you guys so that you guys can be prepared. It's not about being cool or hyping the show. This is because you guys need to know this information, because shit's about to get real, y'all. It's about to get real, and you need to be prepared. This was put on my heart to do this a little while ago, and I didn't want to do it because I was like, no, like, I have a business now, and I could, have financial or criminal ramifications for telling you guys these things. And God put it on my heart last night that I needed to tell you guys this. And I decided that I was going to do it today, this morning. Management was like, you know, as your manager, I would advise you not to do this. And I basically told management, I was like, I understand that, but it's my show. I'm gonna talk about it. And they're like, you really shouldn't. You're gonna get sued. And I'm like, I think there's a way that I can give you guys the information without being sued. It may cost me a day or two in court. I'm probably gonna end up in court over this. However, I'll probably win. Okay, I think I'll win because I won't use specifics. There are loophole laws. I used to do paralegal stuff, you know, and I do speak legalese and certain things like that. So I know how to play their game, just like they know how to play theirs. But I'm expecting that the worst that comes from this is that I will have to spend a day in court at the most. It could also be financial or criminal. We'll see, but I feel like it needs to happen. You guys need to know this information. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share the show with your friends. Let's get into the news. And this is from The Guardian. Trump tariffs prompt slump in shipments to U.S. ports. Number of vessels scheduled to arrive at Port of Los Angeles next week is down by almost a third on year. One third less of imports. That's like COVID numbers, guys. Remember the supply chain disruption during COVID? Get ready. It's about to happen soon. Go buy some toilet paper before there isn't any, guys, because that's what's going to go first. It always goes first. I don't know why. China's starting to cave. That's not true. That is not true at all. And that, if you believe that, you are eating the moon cheese, bro. You are eating the moon cheese. China is not caving. Let me tell you something about China. China will starve every single person in their country before they cave. They do not care. They will print money like Germany in World War II. They do not care. Jessica says China pretty much said they will let the people die before we cave. Yeah, exactly. They just dropped tariffs on more of their goods today. That doesn't mean anything. The only thing is what they're saying is tariffs have become, between us and China, between the US and China, has become unsustainable. So both sides are backing off, but that doesn't mean that it's over. Doesn't mean, and let me tell you something, every deal we've made with China, China's, I don't want to say this word because I'll get canceled for it, but China has gone back on their word every single time. So if you think China is going to be honest and do the right thing, you are eating the moon cheese, bruh. Let me tell you something. This thing between China and our country and whatever, this is the beginning. This is the tip of the spear, guys. And if you guys think that this is calming down, wait till we get further into this and I give you the NDAs, okay? Oh, I don't trust China at all. But you seem to trust that everything's going to be fine. Everyone is being fed, oh, it's all going to be fine. Keep calm and carry on. That's what they said during World War II. Chinese are savers. We're spenders. They can wait the next 4 years out. Exactly. And they will starve everyone to death to do it. 45% is hitting them hard. Not really. They don't care. They don't care. They will drive their country into the ground. They will starve people to death. They literally welded people inside their homes during COVID. Have you all forgotten? Have you forgotten the things, the atrocities that China has done against people? They literally were capturing the Uyghur Muslims and harvesting their organs while they're alive. Yeah, China during COVID was awful. This is the new COVID, guys. This is the new COVID decline. All the supply chain disruptions, all the nonsense is happening again, but it's happening in a different way with war. Okay, we are on the verge of World War III, and if you guys don't see that nothing's going to wake you up. I mean, Iran and Pakistan are after each other. Israel and Iran are after each other. Russia and Ukraine, the European Union and Russia, and the US and every country in the world, China and Taiwan. It is not good. Yes, it's the writing on the wall. You know, this is not anywhere near being over. And let's let my voice take a little break here and let's watch this video on the stock market, guys.
Take any extra money that that you have, that you earn, that you make, that you get gifted, and you're at a bar and somebody buys you a drink, put that $10 into the market, right, into an ETF or index fund, because one of the sort of miracles of finance is the long-term compounding interest, right, in the time in market. And so the earlier and sooner you can put more money to work, putting $1,000 into the S&P 500 when you're 18 is worth probably $10,000 more than doing the same thing when you're 40. And so those early years when you can live off of ramen anyway, any spare dollar you have, invest it. Any spare dollar you earn, invest it, because it pays off just in huge ways as you get older, because then you have a lot more freedom, because you have a much bigger financial cushion, and you don't have to sort of keep working jobs you hate or doing things you don't love, because a relatively modest amount of money gets much bigger over time if you index it and forget it.
Sarah, thanks so much for joining. That's it for this episode of Financial Freestyle. Once again, thanks to Sarah of Clio Capital. And guys, make sure you tune in next week here on Yahoo Finance.
This content was not intended to be financial advice and should not be used as a substitute for professional financial services.
All right, U.S. stocks were mixed on Tuesday as investors fielded rush to fresh earnings reports and waited Trump's administration to ease up on tariffs for automakers. And basically, this is the mini Dow Jones. You know, I was going to go over something else in this, but it's not there anymore. So,
welcome to Living Not So Fabulously.
I'm not really going to cover that so much. So we went over that one. White House blast hostile Amazon over tariff cost report. Retailer scraps idea. The White House slammed Amazon for reportedly planning to display the cost of President Donald Trump's tariffs next to the total price of products on this site. This is a hostile and political act by Amazon, the White House press secretary Carolyn Leavitt said at a press briefing at the Treasury with Scott Bennett, right? And basically, let's watch what happened.
Decision to build Thinkorswim was a byproduct or derivative of 20 years in our minds.
You're gonna watch stupid ads.
Meant that we were going to move away from something that.
I'm not gonna promote their nonsense. What's COVID? The flu, or is it myocarditis or pericarditis? I think we're calling it monocarditis.
Hi, Mr. Secretary. So it was reported this morning will soon.
The heck?
Display
And if you can't hear, come over to Twitch.
product that shows how much the Trump tariffs are adding to the cost of each product. So isn't that a perfect crystal clear demonstration that it's the American consumer and not China who is going to have to pay for these policies?
I will take this since I just got off the phone with the president about Amazon's announcement. This is a hostile and political act by Amazon.
Oh, yeah, it's a bear flag.
Why didn't Amazon do this when the Biden administration hiked inflation to the highest level in 40 years? And I would also add that it's not a surprise because, as Reuters recently wrote, Amazon has partnered with a Chinese
Aussie Nate,
propaganda arm. So this
you
is
got
another
hella
reason
scammed
why
in
Americans
Australia.
should
You guys
buy
got some of
American.
the worst.
It's
You
another
guys were up
reason
there with
why we
China.
are onshoring critical supply chains here at home to shore up our own critical supply chain and boost our own manufacturing here.
Is Jeff Bezos still a Trump supporter?
Look, I will not speak to the president's relationships with Jeff Bezos, but I will tell you that this is certainly a hostile and political action by Amazon. And Secretary, if you have anything to add.
Yeah, I would also add that the bringing down the terrible Biden inflation has been a priority for the first 100 days of the Trump administration, and President Trump has done a great job of leading that since January 20th. Interest rates, mortgage rates are down, gasoline and energy prices are down. We're expecting the further decreases. And as Caroline said, the big tax on consumers that goes unnoticed is deregulation or regulation, and we are deregulating and bringing that down. So, from a household income point of view, we would expect real purchasing increases. We've seen them over the first 100 days, and we would expect that to accelerate. We are doing peace deals, trade deals, tax deals, and deregulating. And the deregulation is a longer lead time, but I think by the third and fourth quarters, that's really going to kick in.
So yeah, there's some nonsense going on with the tariffs. It's not over, guys. It's not over. They're just kind of easing up, doing things because it's become unsustainable. It's gotten that bad. And let me tell you something. We're not going to notice it or feel it for months from now. Okay? Remember how there was nothing on the shelves during COVID and there was no toilet paper and all that? That's going to happen again. We haven't felt that yet. Let me tell you guys something. It's going to be everywhere. Every country's going to feel this. Let me tell you something. I went to Home Depot and I needed materials for the stage crew. And I bought some stuff and I didn't buy enough. So I had to go back 2 days later. It was like 2 or 3 at the most, 2 days later. And the products were already more expensive, $2 or $3 more each product for the same thing I just bought a couple days ago. It's gonna get worse. It's already going up. And let me tell you something. It's supply chain disruption. We read about it earlier. 1/3 less cargo ships are coming into LA port. That's just LA alone. Okay? Global rest incoming. Global unrest is coming. When is he signing it? Signing what? There is no treaty to sign. Yeah, I saw a video of LA ports with no traffic coming in. Exactly. Global reset incoming. Yeah. He isn't signing anything. This is just, he already signed this executive order. He already signed it. It's done. Oh, it will sign. Okay, my bad. Will sign. Who knows? Let's watch it and see what he says.
Can you detail for us exactly what we should expect as far as relief on the auto tariffs front? And then further, Mr. Secretary, should we expect other industries to also get relief the way we've now seen for auto and tech as well?
I'm not going to go into the details of the auto tariff relief, but I can tell you that it will go substantially toward reshoring American
We don't know
auto
when they're going to end it.
manufacturing. And again, the goal here is to bring back
It's all speculation.
high quality industrial jobs to the U.S. President Trump is interested in the jobs of the future, not the jobs of the past. You know, we don't need to necessarily have a booming textile
Glad there's
industry
someone
like
on
where I
here
grew
with a
up
brain.
in,
I don't
but
know why
we do
stocks are
want to
ripping.
have precision
We ain't seen nothing
manufacturing
yet.
and bring
Oh
that
yeah,
back.
it's going to get
And,
worse.
you know, another important, very
China's
important
demanding
function
an
of this
apology
that
from
is not
JD
talked about
Vance.
enough
No
is national
way.
security. President
Oh, I got to
Trump,
look that up. That's
his
freaking
overriding,
hilarious.
concern
Yeah, they
and
want you to
belief
lick
is
the
that
boot,
economic
man.
security is
Canada
national
wants you to
security. National
kiss the
security
boot.
is economic security. And we saw during COVID that our supply chains got cut off. And we need to bring back a lot
Wait, did I
of
say
those
Canada
supply
or
chains,
China?
whether it's in semiconductors,
China wants you to kiss the boot.
medicines,
I said
the
Canada.
steel, and we have
Same
to
difference.
onshore those. So it's a combination of making trade free and fair and remedying this gaping national security hole
I'm
that
not
he
going to
was
get
left
into
with.
politics about JD Vance or Trump. I'll tell you what, though. This is either the greatest play in history or the biggest incompetence in U.S. history. Either they're playing 4D chess or they're playing checkers and everyone else is playing chess. So time will tell. I have no idea, but I'm not taking a political stance. I'm here to watch the markets and to make money, okay? Everyone speculated they're going to make money off of Trump being in office, and so far that has not been the case. I made some money because of the speculation of it, but so far I haven't seen anything positive. But if this is the long game, it'll take time. So you know, it takes time to bake a cake, guys. You know, if you're baking a cake from scratch, it takes a little bit of time. So I'm going to wait and see and hope for the best, but expect the worst. He's trying to push people to move back to the USA for production. I agree, but you got to understand, guys, that could take 30 years for that to get better. And I get it. We're ripping the Band-Aid off the bullet wound and we're digging into the wound now and ripping out the bullet and we're gushing out blood. And hopefully soon we'll sew up the wound and it'll have time to heal, but it takes time. But, you know, who knows if it's even going to work? And these companies are greedy. Let me tell you something, okay? I went to Home Depot to buy some products the other day, right? And the stuff from China was about $6 more per item than the stuff made in the USA. And the stuff made in the USA used to be like $1 more. And it's the stuff made in the US was like a thicker, stronger, better material, right? And the Chinese stuff is like thin plastic or whatever. But you know what the difference was between the Chinese stuff and the US stuff was the ink printed on the product from the US was very faded, a low amount of ink. The scanner couldn't even pick up to scan it because the ink was so faded. But the Chinese stuff, man, it was printed on there really good, right? And that, you know, that's the difference right there, you know. But now even the US products are going up. They're price gouging people. Okay, that same product 3 days later, made in the USA, ended up costing more. It's made right here. There is no tariff, but they're like, shit, the Chinese product is $7 more than it normally is. We can raise ours $2 and people are still going to buy it. They're still price gouging us even though we're buying made in USA. It's ridiculous. These corporations do not care about you and they will rip off people to the core. No matter if we bring manufacturing back to this country or not, they're still going to rip us off. And here's another thing to take from this, okay? We don't produce anything in this country. We don't have a labor force, okay, to make these products. And the people in this country now, this new generation, they're lazy. They can't do anything. You know, they don't know their ass from a hole in the ground. You ever seen Family Guy when Peter's like walking by the hole in the ground? He's like, "Is that my ass?" That's this generation. Despite all these bad news coming up, so now we're bearish. Yes, we're bearish right now, and I think we're hardcore bearish like we used to be. We had a nice little bull run there, and now I think we're back. The bear is back, baby. I think I'm gonna get a bear emoji to add to the thing. Okay. Will there be a recession in 2025? Forecasters are split. See reasons why. Tariff pause brings a little relief. Let's just watch the video, give my voice. I'm doing a few videos right now because I do need to give my voice a bit of a break. Who raised this generation? My parents. My parents raised this generation because they didn't allow the parents to do it. So the grandparents raised the children. The boomers never allowed the millennials to take upon the torch. They never passed the torch. And the millennials basically never got nothing and never were taught anything because the boomers screwed it all up. I blame the boomers. All right, let's watch this video.
Trump's move to postpone most of
if you can't hear, come on over to Twitch, guys.
Have brought only fleeting relief for markets. After a huge rally Thursday, Friday saw Asian stocks head lower again. Japan's Nikkei index closed down about 3%, while South Korea's benchmark Kospi index dropped about 0.5%. Markets in China fared better, however, with Hong Kong's Hang Seng index reversing early losses to gain 1% by mid-afternoon. That came amid reports of state funds stepping in to buy equities. The night before, Trump had indicated that he was open to negotiation.
What happens with China? We would love to be able to work a deal.
US Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent also tried to offer hope, saying over 75 countries wanted to start talks. On Friday, the US and Vietnam agreed to begin formal negotiations.
XRP prediction 155 to 125.
Shigeru Ishiba hoped to send a trade task force to Washington next week. But with Trump's total duties on China now at 145%, investors remain anxious that a global economic slowdown is coming. Investec economist Ellie Henderson says markets also remain concerned by the volatility of Washington policymaking.
We would far from say that uncertainty is over. We may have a brief pause for now with this 90-day pause on reciprocal tariffs, but it's still not clear what...
90-day pause, what a joke. There's no freaking pause on anything.
I think uncertainty is definitely here to stay, at least for the time being.
Such worries saw money flow into traditional safe havens.
What a joke.
Franc hitting 10
what a freaking joke. 90-day pause. Even Trump's saying 90-day pause. They know what they're doing. They're lying to you.
Also a safe haven sold off again. That has raised concerns
I can't stand it.
In the financial system. With asset
Where are we going after that?
To sell bonds to
probably bottomed out
elsewhere.
for the next 2 months. All right. So, what was the announcement you had? And I was literally just about to say, yeah, 50 cents possibly. I think more like 75 cents. I think people are diamond handing the shit out of this thing that bought at $3 because they think it's going to 10K, 100K, who knows, whatever they've been fed. They are being fed moon cheese like crazy, and they are gobbling it up, and they are fattened with it. And I'm going to do the announcement right now. Okay. I got a few more articles that I need to read so that way the announcement makes sense. Okay. If you want to go over Sui, come on over to Twitch and put it in the chat and I'll do it for free. Otherwise, become a deluxe subscriber and I'll do Sui for you. What's the difference other than it's no different than any other cryptos? Yeah, exactly. Everything's identical across the board right now. They're all moving in unison. I'm calling this the unicycle. Oh my God. I'm coining that. This is the unicycle. I was calling it a simocycle. I'm calling it the unicycle now. Okay. This is the crypto unicycle, guys. Everything pumped together and everything is dumping together. We're having Bitcoin season, utility coin season, and meme coin season all together at the same time. Yeah, you haven't missed it yet. You haven't missed it. Why were you afraid? Because you had commercials? Were you stuck in commercials? And by the way, guys, I'm trying to reduce the amount of commercials on Twitch as much as possible. And I want you guys to understand, like, the idea. I feel bad because, like, you guys are having to subscribe on TikTok and you're having to subscribe on Twitch. And I feel like it's just like, I'm not trying to be like, gimme money, give me money. You know, Peter with the violin, give me money. I'm not trying to do that. However, we are not making any money doing this show yet. We are barely breaking even. The only thing, we're not even breaking even. Okay. We are well in the hole, about $15,000 with this show, with buying the equipment and everything. We maybe make $1 a live on TikTok, and we make nothing on Twitch, really, maybe a couple bucks a month. But the donations are what keeps us going, guys. So if you do want to donate to the Cash App or Venmo, if you made some good trades, that's the place to donate to. Mind you, I'm probably going to go through a pretty crazy legal battle over what I'm about to tell you guys. I am going to break one of my NDAs, but I'm hoping that if I don't name the company or any specifics, that I should be in the green, but it's probably going to cost me a day in court unless this show's not big enough that nobody notices it. But I do know that with the AI crap and stuff, and I do, if the word gets out, you know, like it couldn't be a problem for me. But I feel like the show's small enough now that I can do that. If you want to talk about Cardano, come on over to Twitch. That's Oz the Crypto Goat, all lowercases, no spaces, and you can request me to talk about whatever you like, or you got to become a subscriber. For comparison, go back and look. With it used to be $4, now it's in the cents. Yeah, exactly. It happens all the time. Why don't people try mining coins? There's loads of different mining apps. Because it's dead technology. Mining coins is dead technology. They're not going to be using that. All right, I will spill the beans, but we gotta hit like 50K likes, guys. So make sure you guys start smashing that like button while I get through these next couple stories. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got a few more news stories to cover so that it gives relevance to what I'm going to talk about. So in the meantime, smash the like button, guys, because we want to get this information out to as many people as possible. And don't forget, if you guys want to support the show, you can send donations to Cash App or Venmo. That's at OZZY12233504. But some of them coins are already on CoinGecko for sale. Like, it's not worth a try. I mean, I don't really mess with any of those lower end coins or whatever. I stick to what I know is going to be a top performer. If you were going to ask me, like, what's a good meme coin, I think the only one I would really hold long term is like Shiba Inu, because it has utility. It's technically a utility coin. Callium showed up for Sui. Thank you so much for coming over to Twitch. How are you liking Twitch? I'm loving Twitch, but shoot. I love Twitch, and the idea of having Twitch is because the uncertainty with TikTok at any given moment, something's wrong with here. Yeah, I can't move. There we go. All right, let's do Sui. We gotta do Sui real quick. Can you make a suggestion? Sure. What's your suggestion? If you want to look at like PopCat or anything else, guys, you got to come over to Twitch. And the reason we're doing Twitch now and we're simulcasting is because there is an uncertainty that comes with TikTok. Okay? At any given day, TikTok could just be gone. I could get guidelines. I could get hit with guidelines and we don't have a show anymore. Everything has a high RSI on the month and 3-month frame going down now. Yeah. I don't really pay attention to the RSI. I don't use indicators. That's why I'm more accurate. I use the news. The news is my indicator, guys. I mean, where's the like button on Twitch? There isn't a like button, but you can send, there's like a little diamond. It looks like the Ethereum symbol. It's called a bit. See the little Ethereum symbol down there? You can click the Ethereum symbol and send things like that. And you can click the smiley face as well and send like little faces. All right, let's do Sui. We got to do Sui for Helium 1214X. Sui US dollar. Sui's a bull flag, baby. But we had the same thing on XRP today. XRP made this exact same thing and it dropped. So I'm going to assume that it's headed for 345 and then 337 if it follows in their footsteps. Otherwise, it's a bull flag. Otherwise, it looks like a bull flag to me. But I don't know, man. Even Bitcoin, it was forming a bull flag, and I think it's coming back down too. I think everything's just done. What you're seeing is a beautiful bull trap, I think. Or, you know, Bitcoin is going to sell off and XRP is going to sell off, and coins like Sui, because they're meme coins, they're going to pump. Because it's a what do we call it? A unicycle. So everything's pumping together in unison. They have similar structures and patterns. But I think we're having the meme coin season on the off days that the Bitcoin and utility coins are pumping. Arkham, thank you for the heart me. Appreciate you. Rybomb, don't forget to renew your subscription. Don't forget to renew your subscription, Rybomb, so you can continue to get those daily price point videos. And also, guys, don't forget to sign up for the email list. Because if you're getting those daily price point videos, okay, and you're getting them too late, when you sign up for the email, you can set alerts because TikTok is not pushing that stuff out the way it should be. Yeah, I think August, maybe even September. I think you're right. We should be headed down. All right, guys, let's get into the news that pertains to my secrets. And you know, you guys probably know some of the stuff that I'm going to tell you. but also you're going to get affirmation from somebody that actually knows, okay? If you know anything about, you know, what I used to do for a living, I used to be a fly on the wall at these meetings. We'll talk about that more, but let's read the news, okay? Okay. Stock market during war and how it can impact your portfolio amid rising global tensions and conflicts such as Israel-Palestine situation, the potential for nuclear threats posted by Iran and North Korea. It may be worth exploring the economic ripples these crises could create. Man, bear with me just one moment, ladies and gentlemen. I'm having a technical issue. Smash that like button. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I can't say what I had to do because of guidelines. Guidelines connected to my life. And all the while I think of you. Guidelines go away. All right, so while these conflicts pose challenges to global peace and safety, they might also indirectly influence economic stability and growth. For example, estimates suggest that the U.S. has spent an estimated $8 trillion on post 9/11 wars in the last fiscal year, representing a significant portion of our GDP. And mind you guys, like I said, Lockheed Martin, this is not financial advice, but I bought Lockheed Martin when it tanked because Trump got into office. Everyone thought we were going to have world peace. So Lockheed Martin tanked. They're a defense contractor. I bought that shit up. It is still low. If you're looking to buy something, if you think we're going into World War III or going into any kind of war, that would be something to be looking at, is defense contracts, guys. They're basically a no-brainer. Our country is a war machine. So if you're looking at the New York Stock Exchange, Lockheed Martin. Okay, so stock markets during times of war often experience periods of turbulence alongside moments of resilience. Historical patterns suggest that economies and stock markets have demonstrated notable strength in the face of past conflicts. However, for investors, the potential effects of ongoing crises can still feel concerned at times. That's why we add blah, blah, blah. We're not promoting them. Smash the like button, guys. Subscribe to the channel, share the show with your friends, send in a bit, guys. Click the little Ethereum emoji, it looks like a diamond, and you can send a bit just like when you send hearts or let them cooks and stuff like that on TikTok. It's the exact same thing on Twitch. And don't forget, guys, if you are on TikTok, you can come over to Twitch for a more professional audio and video experience. No free promotions, exactly. Exactly. And guys, don't forget also, you can donate directly. When you guys send donations, it goes directly to me, tax-free. That's the way to help support the show. So if you're making money, send a donation, much appreciated. Market resilience and long-term trends. While conflicts or the anticipation of war can initially cause market disruptions, escalating geopolitical uncertainty has not typically resulted in sustained or long-term declines. Historically, investors have seen markets rebound to pre-conflict levels within weeks or even months following the onset of hostilities. And we saw that, guys. We dropped hard because of the tariff thing, and then we rebounded back quite quickly. Okay? And if we are going to war, you know, we'll probably see something. Yeah, Red Fred says, get your yard sale money ready. H-bar is being used by Defense Department for drones. That's speculation. That's not 100% sure yet, Neo. That is still speculation, but I have heard of that. So H-bar, I think it's like the coding, right? Or the defense systems, the encryption. So H-bar is possibly going to handle the encryption for defense systems. It's potentially speculation. However, if we're going to war, you know, that might be a good one to pick up, but that one's more speculation. Let me tell you something. When people are going to war, okay, if countries are going to war, what do you want to invest in? Do you want to invest in guns or do you want to invest into bullets? Right? Which is the smarter investment? Anybody know? Concrete. Invest into concrete. for your bunker. Invest into aluminum for your tinfoil hat. But you want to invest into bullets, not guns, when people go to war, right? Lockheed Martin creates the missiles for the Iron Dome and for what they're about to build in the US, the Golden Dome. Okay? We're talking about billions and billions of missiles, and with Israel being at war right now, they are using more of those missiles than ever, okay? And they need them to shoot down the other missiles that come in through the air. That's how the Iron Dome works, okay? So if you're looking to invest into bullets, you would be investing into Lockheed Martin. If you're looking to invest into the gun part of it, you'd be investing into H-bar. Just a little FYI. Investor response to war. Conflicts and geopolitical turmoil often lead to instability and uncertainty in the market. Oh, we read that. In face of such volatility, investors often instinctively seek out safe haven assets. These assets are viewed as more likely to retain even appropriate in value during times of crisis, offering a protective cushion against the financial upheaval caused by geopolitical tensions. Among the most commonly sought after safe havens are gold, government bonds, and select strong currencies, which would probably be crypto, right? Gold with an intrinsic value, limited supply, has historically served as a reliable hedge against economic uncertainty. Government bonds, particularly those issued by stable economies, are often favored due to their relative security and guaranteed returns. Lockheed Martin. Lockheed Martin is the bullets, guys. That's the U.S. New York Stock Exchange. Lockheed Martin. I think it's LMT. LMT, if you're interested in Lockheed Martin. So, stock performance in world wars. The outbreak of the war had a profound impact on global stock markets. However, markets displayed intriguing seesaw patterns with initial declines followed by strong recoveries, okay? Which is good for us because if we're day trading and we're ahead of the trends, we're going to be able to pick those up, guys. Those big swings are going to make us very profitable, right? Going to be very profitable. But we have to be watching and aware and following the news, well informed. And that's why you want to follow this show, guys. is so that you're well informed and you're getting those price points. And if you don't want to be well informed and you just want to know where things are going, become a subscriber, guys. As a deluxe subscriber, you can message me directly, and I post daily price point videos so that way you know where the market's going. And if something breaks structure, I post it immediately. Okay. And if you're worried that you're not going to get the alerts on TikTok, you can sign up for the email alert system, and you can have your email directly sent a message that will tell you, hey, a new post has been sent. And if for some reason TikTok has it taken down or has it under review or something like that, you can message me directly and I can tell you the information. Can you get it on Twitch? No, you can't. You can get the email list, but you have to be a deluxe subscriber to sign up for the email list. So Neo, you're already signed up. So if you want to get the email list, just send me a message with your email and I'll send you the instructions and how it works. And basically what you're going to do, it's $1.99 a month, guys. And if you sign up before the first, obviously the first is in like a couple days. So those who already signed up got the portion of this month for free. Lockheed Martin 6-month chart is probably an indicator that peace is ahead of us. I doubt it. I doubt it. I'm not even looking at that chart. I'm holding it long term. Over the next 20 years, they're going to be building the Golden Dome, guys. I'm holding Lockheed Martin for 20 years. That's my retirement long term. No, I tried coming over to Twitch and I get the circles of death. Oh no. When should I buy toilet paper? You should always have toilet paper or baby wipes. If they run out of toilet paper, guys, don't forget baby wipes, but please don't flush them. You have to throw them away. Okay, please don't, even if they say they're flushable, do not flush your wipes, especially if you have a septic system, okay? I feel like I shouldn't have to tell you these things, but here we are. All right, so basically, times of war, we get mood swings in the market, right? Okay. Let me zoom in for all y'all on Twitch so you can read it nice. China admitted to the Volt Typhoon cyber attacks on U.S. critical infrastructure report. In a secret meeting between Chinese and U.S. officials, the former confirmed conducting cyber attacks on U.S. infrastructure. The meeting took place at a Geneva summit in December and involved members of the outgoing Biden administration. Mind you, this is a little bit older news, but you need to understand that China has been cyber attacking us for years, okay? Cyber attacks are nothing new. The meeting took place at the Geneva summit in December and involved members of the outgoing Biden administration. The U.S. officials who were present were blah, 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 blah. The Volt Typhoon attacks, which were attributed to China immediately after their discovery, involved the use of zero-day vulnerabilities and other sophisticated techniques. The attacks were aimed at critical infrastructure and raised concerns that they could enable China to spy on the U.S. and cause significant disruptions. Okay, that's all I need to really read about that. So you guys understand that cyber attacks is a thing, okay? And they're very, very common. And everything is very vulnerable against cyber attacks. And that's part of what my NDA is about. We're gonna finish the news here, and then I'm going to explain to you what it is that I know and what you need to know, okay? Ransomware. The FBI is set to report that ransomware was the most pervasive cybersecurity threat to the U.S. critical infrastructure during the year 2024. As Reuters reports, Complaints of ransomware attack against critical sectors have jumped 9% over the past year. An annual report from the FBI Internet Crime Compliance Center will reveal that the likes of manufacturing, healthcare, government facilities, financial services, and IT were the top critical infrastructure sectors targeted by digital extortionists. With the impact of ransomware being seen in production lines grinding to a standstill, hospital systems crippled, and pipelines turned off, there could be significant impact on public health and safety. As such, ransomware attacks don't just make for an IT headache, they are a potential national security crisis. You guys got to understand, if they shut down the power, people die, okay? If the power shuts down for a few days and it's freezing or really hot temperatures, elderly people die because they cook or they freeze. And then there's people who have diabetic medication has to be refrigerated. People die when the power goes out, okay? When infrastructure like rail systems and transportation gets shut down, people die because doctors can't get to the hospital, or nurses and people who are working in the hospitals can't get to do their job. People die. I don't want to say it too much because of guidelines on TikTok. But you understand the severity of these things can be crippling to nations. And infrastructures like the power grid infrastructure in our country, I don't know if they've updated it yet, but just a few years ago at the hacker convention, the Black Cat convention, they were basically saying that they're using the same technology from the 70s and it's easily hacked. I don't know if you guys saw sneakers. XRP was mentioned in sneakers. It was made in 1992, I believe. And they're still using all that same infrastructure. What do you think our chances are of World War III? I think we're already in it. I think we're already in World War III. It's just, and I wouldn't even say it's a Cold War. It's hot. People are dying. It is a hot war. They're not going to officially call it World War III until after the freaking war is over. Do you understand that, guys? People act like wars and these things happen overnight. You read in history about the Civil War or the Revolutionary War or whatever war it is, and it seems like it's all happening right now. There are stretches of years in between these things. It's a silent war. I don't think it's a silent war. I think it's a war inside the minds of people. People are being kept asleep, lulled to sleep. We've been doing a lot of drills at hospitals for this very reason. Man, that's scary. So be it. Definitely follow and subscribe. Would you like to be a guest on the show? I'd love to hear what you have to say about what's happening in the hospitals if you want to talk about it. But are you a nurse? Are you a doctor? Sue Beat says, we have been doing a lot of drills at the hospital for this very reason. Yes, it is a spiritual war. It is a physical war. Sue Beat is an RN. Thank you. Thank you, Sue Beat. I appreciate you. Our essential workers and first responders. Thank you all. We love and appreciate you very much. But this is a big one. And let me tell you something. God put it on my heart last night to talk to you and tell you these things, that even though I could have serious recourse, I could see criminal charges. I could have civil charges and lose my business or whatever. God put it on my heart that I need to say these things and I need to tell you guys because it's the right thing to do. And I can no longer keep my mouth shut. And the reason why God gave me this platform to speak to you all is so that that information can get out. I'm going to be releasing some information from some NDAs that I had signed. They're not up for another 3 years. However, I'm going to be breaking my NDA tonight because you guys need this information. I'm not going to give specifics so that I can win in court, but I'm probably going to see a day in court over this. Who do you think sends out the first nuke? No one. They're not going to use nukes. And we'll get into that, what they're going to be using, okay? What they're already using, okay? They don't need to use nukes anymore. They have better technology now. So we read that one. Okay. Iran repelled a large cyber attack on Sunday. This was April 27th. Russia, they always got to be first. Let me tell you something. I don't think they're going to use nukes. They might use like uranium depleted rounds or things like that that are technically nuclear weapons, but we're not going to see like Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Freedom of speech. If you contract with someone, you are bound by that contract. So that's just like how you have to have a driver's license to drive. We have the freedom to travel with the Constitution, but when we contract with the state, they now can force us to do these things. Yes, an EMP is more likely. Luckily, my home is a gigantic Faraday cage, so everything inside it will be fine. However, the internet would probably be down, so I wouldn't be able to communicate with you guys anyway. But at least my electronics would be fine. Literally, my house is a double insulated Faraday cage. So there's a Faraday cage on the inside and on the outside. I live in a freaking bunker, guys, basically. All right. Iran repelled a large cyber attack on Sunday. Dubai, April 28th from Reuters. Iran repelled a large cyber attack on its infrastructure on Sunday, said the head of the Infrastructure Commission's company, a day after a powerful explosion damaged its most important container port and another round of talks with the U.S. over Tehran's disputed nuclear war program, one of the most widespread and complex cyber attacks against the country's infrastructure, was identified and preventative measures were taken on Monday, according to semi-officials of Tasnim news agencies, without giving more detail. Okay, so Iran was attacked on Sunday. Iran stopped a cyber attack, and Iran is starting a nuclear warhead program. Okay, they're building nukes, and because of that, Israel met with the White House and said that they want to attack Iran, and the U.S. said that we're staying out of it. And Israel said, well, we're going to attack them anyway. Okay? So World War III is happening right now, guys. If you have young sons, make sure you get them on disability. Go break their leg. You know, there's this old parable, you know, and basically a farmer, he's working out in the field, and a horse gets caught in a brush or whatever, and he gets the horse, and the neighbor says to him, "Hey, good luck to you," or that's good news, and he says, "Good news, bad news, it's all the same," you know. And then he gets the horses and he starts breeding the horses, and he becomes very wealthy. And the neighbor says to him, "Oh, that's very good luck for you." He says, "Good luck, bad luck, who knows," you know. And then his son is riding the horse and falls and breaks his leg, and the neighbor says, "Oh, that's such terrible news for you." And he says, "Good news, bad news, who can say?" Well, then a week later, the military shows up and says that they're drafting his son, but his son can't go to war now because he's got a broken leg. And the neighbor says, "Oh, that's good news." And he says, "Good news, bad news, who can say?" You never know. You can't say whether it's good news or bad news. All right. France accuses Russian intelligence of repeated cyber attacks since 2021. Cybersecurity agency says dozens of French entities hit since 2021. Prior attacks in 2017 led Macron election campaign mail, GRU unit, AP1 base, blah, 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 blah. Paris, April 29th from Reuters. France Foreign Ministry is explicitly accused Russia GRU military intelligence agency on Tuesday of mounting cyber attacks on a dozen entities, including ministries, defense firms, and think tanks since 2021 in an attempt to destabilize France. The accusations leveled at GRU unit, which officials said was based in Rostov-on-Don in southern Russia, are not the first by the Western power, but it's the first time Paris has blamed Russian state on the basis of its own intelligence. Jessica says, "I mean, my kids are sassy jerks. I don't mind breaking their legs." Oh, you're funny. Have you heard of the video games called Call of Duty Black Ops predicting World War III in 2025? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me tell you, the whole Call of Duty thing being pushed out to everybody playing it actually being a free online game that you can play is no mistake, guys. It's desensitization. It's predictive programming. It's training, okay? They're training kids on how to fight. It's all part of the plan, guys. M&S customers in limbo as cyber attack chaos continues 1 day ago. Mark and Spencer customers have been telling the BBC of their frustration as distribution caused by the cyber attack, which has hit the retailer, continues into another trading week. The incident, which it disclosed last Monday, has caused delayed parcels, paused online orders, and suspended gift card payments, and has seen the retailer take down several parts of its operation over the last few days. It has yet to disclose the nature of the cyber attack or when it expects operations to return to normal. Some customers told the BBC and M&S communications over affected orders has been disappointing. Analysis warns that incident may affect the retailer's reputation. Okay? And I'm going to leave this one here because we're going to come back to it and talk about this, okay? Because that has to do with the NDA, okay? But we're going to refer to Mark and Spencer as what the NDA is, okay? Not the actual company, but just understand that there is a global company that deals with these things, and I cannot name them, but you guys can Google things and figure it out for yourself. I know you're all smart out there. One King, thank you for the rose. Appreciate the rose. Thank you very much. And don't forget, guys, subscribe to the channel. Become a subscriber. Become a deluxe subscriber, and you can message me directly, guys. You can get those daily price point videos. I'm posting where the market is going to go before it happens, and we have been very accurate. I'd say we've been about 90% accurate. Others would say probably 95, 97, but I like to be conservative on my numbers, and that's why we hit, because I am very conservative, and I do not use indicators. I use candles, and I use the news. Okay, I use the news to indicate which direction we're moving, and we have been hella accurate. I predicted the 163 price point for XRP months in advance. I think we were 2.5 months in advance. I predicted that price, and we hit it, baby. We hit 163, and I said 161, but I said let's add 2 cents just to be sure, to make sure it hits. But we could have caught the very tip of that wick literally months earlier. If you had known, you could have taken out a short and become very wealthy. All right, Spain's economy disrupted by a massive blackout. A massive power outage hit Spain, Portugal, and parts of France on April 28th, affecting millions of people. And let's watch the video, okay? And if you want a better viewing experience, guys, come on over to Twitch. That's Oz the Crypto Goat, all lowercases, no spaces. One King, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate you. The blackout disrupting Spain's economy, bringing public transportation to a halt.
Es que no sé a quién dirigirme. Mi hija en Barcelona dando a luz, que vamos por eso. Vamos a perder el enlace. Bueno, ¿qué enlace?
They can't communicate, they can't talk to each other. They've asked everyone to stop traveling. Madrid's metro system is shut down. Traffic lights shut down, causing gridlock. Flights are getting delayed.
Es que vamos a perder el avión y no sé dónde vamos a pasar la noche.
Oh yeah, this is the Great Reset. Yes, William, this is the Great Reset. They have to collapse everything in order to reset it, guys. All right, we're almost to 50K likes, guys. We got to get to 50K likes on TikTok before I disclose this NDA. So smash that like button. Smash the like button, guys. And we're going to talk about it just a few moments. We're almost there. We're only about 5K likes away. So start smashing that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Share the show with your friends. Hello, AV. It's good to see you. I've missed you the last couple days. So I am going to be disclosing one of my NDAs. I have many NDAs, and I will give you a backstory of why I have them. So, as you may or may not know, I'm an audio engineer. I'm retired now. I retired and I day trade crypto. I'm 36 years old. I retired early. And now I have this show. This is what I do now. I don't need to do the show. I want to do the show because it's something I love and I want to help people. And that's why I'm here. We're all vulnerable to cyber attacks. Yes, we are. and we're going to go over that. And remember, guys, we're not making any money off of TikTok. We're not making any money off of Twitch. We are keeping this show going from your donations. So if you want to, if you're making money with your trades, or if you enjoy the show and you want to help support the show, you can send donations to Cash App or Venmo. That's OZZY 122-33504. Are you Trump? LOL. I have many, many NDAs. Some say too many NDAs. Not Flaming. Just listen, guys. I have all these NDAs. I'm not allowed to talk about it, but I do because it's important for me to tell you. Okay, it's amazing information you all need to know. I'm an XRP believer too. I just believe that they are going to cripple people financially and crash the markets before they allow it to do what it's going to do. Listen, this is the most beautiful show you've ever seen. Everybody loves So They All Say So. Oh, we are almost at 50K likes. I'm gonna get into it now. Keep smashing that like button. So let me tell you guys, I was an audio engineer. I'm retired now. You've probably seen my work on TV. I was the head audio engineer at SoFi Stadium, Crypto Arena, and Peacock Theater, to name just a few. Okay, if it was a big show in LA, I did it. Anywhere from, Taylor Swift and Justin Bieber and Carrie Underwood and Beyonce, AC/DC, Van Halen, you name it, I did it. Metallica, okay? I did all these shows live. I also worked on many TV shows, Dancing with the Stars, American Idol, X Factor, The Price is Right. You name it, I worked on it if it was filmed in LA. That was me. But also, one thing that I did in my career is I did corporate events. So at these corporate events, like the Crypto Summit, for instance, they have their little meetings. They have closed door meetings all the time, and they have audio. They need somebody to run the mixer, somebody to run the video, and all the things in these rooms. And I was the fly on the wall for these large corporate events, the Democratic National Convention and the Society of Hematology. I mean, so many different ones, right? So many. Even secret society organizations, I would sit in on them, and I ran the audio for these. I was the fly on the wall, and we hit 50K likes. Thank you guys for helping me reach that goal. Are you a industry plant? No, I'm not. So I basically left what I was doing and decided to retire early and move out here to the middle of nowhere. I live in a bunker. My home is paid off. I have no car payment. I have no house payment. I have no bills. I get my water from the ground, my energy from the sun. I grow my own food. I have a 25-acre farm. And I decided to leave. I lived in Beverly Hills, and I decided to leave and the rat race because after being the fly on the wall for all these years now, I wouldn't say that I'm rich, but I'm well off. I'm not in any debt. I have no debt. I have no credit cards. I've never had a credit card. I've never had a car loan. I've never had anything like that. And because I've operated that way, I'm able to not have to work. I am a free man. I can work when I want to. But the money I do have and the income that I do get now comes from crypto. Fortunately, I do not require much money in order to survive. Off the grid is where it's at. Yes. Off the grid, growing my own food. That's the way to live and thrive, guys. Get out of debt. Own your own land. Get somewhere where you can be safe and you can get your family safe. Get out of these cities, guys. That's one thing I can tell you for sure. I'm in California. Like I said, I lived in Beverly Hills, worked in LA, doing all that, and now I live in the middle of nowhere. So I get my income from crypto and from you guys. But basically everything that I make from this show, I put back into the show to create an amazing show for you guys, because I believe that this is going to be something big. By myself, no. I have my family out here in the middle of nowhere. But I also have a staff that I employ for the show. I have an IT guy. I have a fact checker and manager. So the manager fact checks everything and monitors the show and moderates. Don't waste money from overpriced garbage from Amazon. Yeah. I do have neighbors, you know, but everyone's spread far apart. There's about 200 people in the entire like town, or I guess you would call it like city or whatever. And then in the town, there's probably like 8 of us in the entire town. From the military with pets is a nightmare. I'm about to struggle to get back right. Calamath? Yeah. So to be living where I'm at and be out of debt, it's allowed me to have freedom. And that's why I'm able to do this show 5 hours a day, 5 days a week, because this is all I do. And it's more therapy for me than anything. I do enjoy you guys, but we spend way more on this show than I make. I probably made a few $100 off this show, and we've invested over $15,000 into building the studio and buying the equipment. Yeah, land is very expensive out here, and it's only going up. And all I can say is diversify, guys. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. When the markets are uncertain, you know, people say, oh, buy gold. But let me tell you something. Gold is dead technology, and all those people are going to be holding the bag. And I think crypto is the new gold. Gold is only valuable because it was scarce and it was soft and didn't tarnish, and it was easily pressed into coins. And it's too heavy. People don't carry it. So they started using paper notes. And now we have this overinflationary system because they basically lend on the money that they have. And well, I've gone over this before, but gold is dead technology. Crypto is the new gold. And that's why I'm invested into it, because I see it as gold. And how much is land there? It's, when I bought here, I bought like 25 acres for 20 grand. I'm in the middle of freaking nowhere, though. It's a lot more expensive now. I bet you this land probably cost $500,000 at least now. I got my eggs into multiple baskets. Time for me to head to my house in Costa Rica. Hell yeah. I want to go to Costa Rica with you, bro. Hey, big baller. I'm doing a meet and greet in Vegas on June 2nd. You should come out. You should come out to Vegas on June 2nd. We're doing a meet and greet. I'd love to see you there, brother. We'll talk about BeerGator. So, where are we meeting? I think we're going to be doing the meet and greet at either the Bellagio or the Caesar's Palace. Try 600 M2 for 1.8 in Sydney. What a joke. Dang. 1.8 million. Damn. I could buy a whole city back east for $1 million. Obviously, these places are in the middle of nowhere. That's what I'm looking for. I get free rooms at Caesar's Palace. Nice. Nice. I'm thinking about doing Caesar's Palace because I like the mall there. We're probably going to do the live from the mall in Caesar's Palace because of guidelines on TikTok. We can't promote playing games for money. I can't even say the word. So yeah, we will be live in Vegas. We'll be doing the live there too. So if you want to be a part of the live and you can come on the show and talk about your crypto experience if you like, you can promote your BeerGator or whatever you want. So if you want to, but we will be there. We'll be hanging out. We'll play some games. We'll have, have a good time, play some Hold'em. I can't talk about it too much though, because I do not want to get flagged for guidelines. Your BeerGator is stuck in China. Dang. Well, that just means we need to build a factory here, man. Got to build a factory here. Bring the infrastructure home. Isn't that the whole point of this? So, back on topic. You're losing 5K a day. Dang, bro. Dang, that's tough. We'll talk about it. We'll figure out a way to go. But I do want to give you guys this information. I'm going to disclose my NDA now. So I want you... Basically, this is about cyber attacks, guys. And I want you guys to understand that... And I'm sure you guys already know we are vulnerable. We're vulnerable. And not just this country, every country around the world is vulnerable to cyber attacks. There's nothing we can do about it. There's nothing that can be done. There's no way to combat the issue. There's only one way. And that's where the NDA comes in, okay? So some of these meetings that I sat in are these corporate conglomerates, right? And basically, people want to feel like, oh, that their information is safe, that they have cyber security. And I'm not going to name what company it is, but there are several companies that I've sat in for, and they're very prominent companies. And what they do is they are cybersecurity companies. I'm sure you've heard of them. I'm not going to say what they are, just for myself legally, okay? But they have companies that are cybersecurity, right? These big corporations pay these companies to protect them from cyber attacks. And I'm sure you've heard of this. However, there's something that you guys need to know about these companies. And with all of the cyber attacks that have been happening right now, and things that are happening in the world, I think it's important that you guys understand the severity of the situation and start to make preparations. Yes, get solar power generators now. It's coming, guys. Exactly. I have multiple generators. I have mobile power system. I literally have a golf cart that's hooked up to solar and wind generation. And the golf cart has a power inverter connected to it that I can drive anywhere that I need it to go and supply power. So it's my mobile power station. But you guys need to start stocking up on food, water, resources, and start making, bug in and bug out plans for you and your families, guys, because things could get really bad, especially if you live in these cities, guys. If you live out in the middle of the nowhere and you own your own land and you produce your own power and your own water and grow your own food, you're fine. People like me will be fine. But most people don't have that. They're living off credit cards, paycheck to paycheck. They don't have money to store up on anything. And let me tell you guys, if you don't have the money for it, go to the food bank, guys. Go to the food bank and start stocking up on their canned goods and non-perishables and things. Start preparing now, okay? People call, oh, it'll never happen. It's okay. We have cyber security and we have all these things. No, you don't. No, you don't. Send a message, please. If you want to message me directly, you got to become a deluxe subscriber. So, and be careful with people promoting Bitcoin mining and things like that. Marcos, don't forget to renew your subscription. Appreciate you. So what I want to tell you is I sat in these meetings with these large corporate cybersecurity firms, right? And what our electric grid is a dinosaur. It's going down. Exactly. It's still the same infrastructure from the 70s. And if you've seen the movie Sneakers, XRP was mentioned in that movie. If you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. But everything is vulnerable. Everything is ancient technology. And the reason why nothing's been updated is because they would have to shut it down for long periods of time, and it would cost lots of money to do this infrastructure change. So we don't have the ability to update our infrastructure because of the people that would be unalived because of it. They can't just shut down the power. We have no failsafe. And let me tell you, this is what you need to know, guys. Okay. Did we find out what happened to Spain and Portugal? Yeah, so basically they're saying that it was a phenomena. You're not an electrician and it shows. Actually, I have a master's in electrical engineering. So, Nick Neo, I have a master's in electrical engineering. So, try me. So, they're saying that some type of phenomena happened which caused the electrical power outage or whatever. Brock Hesse says roasted. Yeah, electrical phenomena, my ass. Okay. I think what's more likely is a cyber attack or some type of directed energy weapon of some sorts. There is technology that we don't even know. Everybody always jumps to nukes. Okay. Oh, it's a nuke or this or that or whatever. But we're not going to be using nukes. It's going to be EMPs. It's going to be cyber attacks. It's going to be shutting down of the infrastructure. Yeah, it got people outside, but also it will unalive people. It will unalive people. It is a very dangerous thing. That's why people need to start preparing, and that's why I've decided to state this information. I'm not going to say what companies, but it's all of them. Israel is going after Iran. Get prepared now. Yes, they are. And we went over that in the news earlier. There is every single company, every single cyber security company operates the exact same way. Does anyone here know how they operate? Does anyone know how the cybersecurity works? I thought Israel's still fighting Gaza. Israel's fighting everybody. It's a world war. Israel's fighting Gaza, they're fighting Iran, and then India and Pakistan are fighting. But does anybody know how cybersecurity firms work? Every single one of them operates the exact same way. Does anybody know? Does anybody know this information? I gotta blow my nose real quick, guys. Yeah, you pay for it, but how does it work? What is it that you're paying for, guys? When you pay for cybersecurity, what is it you're paying for? Oz the Crypto Goat, pulse power, marks generators, kills anything with ICP chips, PWS. That's not it. That's the lie you've been told. They're operating behind concrete walls. Nope, that's not it either. That's another lie you've been told. Monitoring services. Nope, that's not what does it. All of these firms operate exactly the same way. They have the exact same business model and infrastructure, and they all use the exact same thing. XRP is looking hella bad. Referring to Israel attacking Iran. Oh, okay. So let me explain to you how cybersecurity works, guys. And this is, believe me or not, whatever, I don't care. I'm here to give you guys the information. I have no reason to lie to you. But this is the cold, hard truth. And I've been wanting to talk about this for a long time. But, you know, I've been afraid because of, you know, my NDA and stuff. But it's come to a point now where I can't wait 3 years. McAfee, that's a little bit different. That's like encrypted encoding, stuff like that. That's a little different. We're talking about businesses, okay? Businesses. Let me bring it up here. And this was, I'm going to bring it back. So Marks and Spencer, right, is a business, okay? And Marks and Spencer, or whoever it be, Amazon, Department of Water and Power, you name it, whatever company it is, they employ these cybersecurity companies to keep the cyber candle can't not clear. I don't know. Other, can you zoom in the chart? If you'd like a better viewing experience, come on over to Twitch. That's Oz the Crypto Goat, all lowercases, no spaces, and you can have the images cast directly to your screen. And come on over to Twitch. That's Oz the Crypto Goat, all lowercases, no spaces. We are live on Twitch. If you're having trouble seeing the screen, you're going to get a much better viewing and audio experience on Twitch. So I get information that's a lot of you don't get. It's coming, people. Get your affairs in order and start prepping your house. Exactly. Start prepping your house. Start saving up. Get some cash on hand. Get some things to barter. Have protection. Have a plan. Save up food. Integrity surpasses NDA. Rare, thanks. I appreciate that, because I have a lot to lose but I feel like you guys have a lot to lose as well, and you guys need to know this. And I want you guys to understand. So this is the meat and potatoes I'm about to give you right now. So listen up, okay? The way these infrastructures work, okay, all these companies pay these cybersecurity firms, okay? They pay them lots and lots of money, massive sums of money, okay? And their job is to keep them safe from cyber attacks. And the only way that these companies operate, here's the kicker, guys, listen up. Pay attention, I'm about to tell you something, all right? The way these companies work is not what you think. They lead the public to believe that there's cyber security, that their information is secure, that whatever it is they have is secure, their crypto is secure, their money is secure, everything's secure, right? Well, it's not. They pay these firms to pose as cyber protection, and all these firms do, they do not offer any security at all. Everything is vulnerable. Everything can be hacked. Everything can be accessed at any given point. And it is all vulnerable, and it always has been. There is no security. What these firms do is they facilitate the payment of ransoms. That's all they do. These companies facilitate the payments of ransoms, guys. So when you pay for cybersecurity, or when these companies pay for cybersecurity, what they're paying for is a middleman to facilitate paying the ransoms so that they don't get hacked. They pay the terrorists. And that's how it works. That's the only way. And at any given moment, and the way they, in these meetings, the way they sell it to these companies is by saying, if you get shut down for one day, it can cost hundreds of billions of dollars. Or you can just pay the ransom of $1 million and it goes away. But they come back month after month after month, and they're continually paying these ransoms, and they never end. So they're just paying ransom and not actually protecting anything. Why am I not surprised? That's exactly what's happening. They're not protecting anything. They're paying the ransoms, negotiating with terrorists. XRP is a GoFundMe, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. That's why Ripple don't need an IPO. Well, Ripple's trying to do an IPO too, but that's pretty good. Hey, long time since I've been here. It's good to see you, Jan. It's good to see you. And don't forget to subscribe, guys. Become a subscriber and get access to those daily price point videos so that way you know where we're going. But I needed you guys to understand that there is no cybersecurity, and we are in the middle of a cyber war. Okay, so you need to get things together. I'm getting fleeced by China right now. Oh my God. Get things together, guys. Store up water. When you go out to the store and you buy a 2-liter of soda, rinse it out and fill it up with some water and put it in a closet somewhere. I've probably got, I don't know, maybe 100 2-liter bottles filled with water, and that's not enough. In the fan club, thank you, Sammy, for the heart me. Appreciate you. Jessica says, everything is a scam. We're just being spoon-fed lies to keep us out of touch. Yes, keep you asleep. What does that mean for our cryptos? What it means is that everything digital is vulnerable. And that's why people are saying to get this cold storage wallets. If you don't have a cold storage wallet yet, you could purchase it from me. However, TikTok hit me with guidelines, so I can't sell them for another 90 days. But if you need them, get them. You can get them on Amazon. I believe they've gone up in price, though. But if you get the Arculus, they're made in the USA, so you can still get them here. They're not made in China like the other ones. Water is gold, yes. Water is the most important thing that you can have, especially in a collapse like we're headed for. Water is everything. You need so much of it, guys. Our bodies are 75% water. Okay, you can go weeks without water. You can only go days, or you can go weeks without food. You can only go days without water. They made our life to rely on digital just to zap it away at any time. Exactly. How should you prepare? You should have canned goods, guys. You should have water. You should have a plan for your family and tell them, because you could lose communication with your loved ones. You should have a plan with your family and your loved ones of what to do, where to meet if something should go wrong. Why don't you have a well? I have 4 wells. I have 4 wells on my property. But I have a well. You're coming to my house. Yeah. I still store up water because if the power goes out, I can only get the water out of the ground with a generator. And if there's no gasoline at the gas station, how am I going to get the water out of the ground? And I do have like solar and water, and wind, but what happens if those systems fail? And the idea is to have some water on hand because it could take time to get those things situated. There's been times where the power went out and, can't flush the toilet. So it's faster to get the water that's saved up and use it and flush the toilet until I can get generator or different things set up. I have one too. Never had a water bill. LOL. Do you recommend portable water filter? Yes. Do you live by a freshwater lake? I'm not going to give landmarks where I live. But yes, portable water filters. Water is the most important thing that you guys can have. The second is food. And the third is communication. Okay? I love XRP, but I'm not blind to what's happening. You guys need to have a way to communicate. I have 2-way radios that are kept in a Faraday cage. My entire house is a Faraday cage. I have water supply. I have food supply. Yeah, big cities are always toasting warm marines. Bro, I have a pool that I keep circulating and treat for drinking water. Exactly. I also have my jacuzzi. I bought my jacuzzi for the sole fact to store water. I also have a 500-gallon reservoir tank for emergencies as well. Okay, I'm interested, blind to what's happening. We're moving down. We're about to break this pattern and move back downward. We have a seriously bearish pattern forming. We're going to get back into the analysis in just a few moments. But what we're talking about right now is being prepared, guys, because shit's about to hit the fan. Shit's about to hit the fan. You need to have a way to communicate, and you need to have a plan set up. Okay? You need to plan with your loved ones what to do in a situation. Have drills. so that everybody knows. What if you have children and they're at school? You need to inform your kids what to do because they have, well, I'm about to break another NDA. So I was on the school board in California here. Yeah, get your stuff ready now. I'm about to break another NDA. So I was on the school board in California, and one of the things that the school system has now since COVID is if there's a state of emergency, the state can take guardianship over your children temporarily, in quotation marks, and because they have guardianship over them, they can move the children to an undisclosed location, and they do not have to inform the parents of where they are. And they can force inoculate them. They can make them do whatever because they are the guardian. So keep that in mind too. Remember when there was the fires in Maui, the Maui fires, and all those children went missing, and the school buses went missing too, and the kids were never seen from again, and nobody's talking about it anymore. But it happened in Maui, and they tested it. That was the test to see if they could get away with it, and they did. Yeah, just another way to take children. Exactly. They can literally force vaccinate them, do whatever they want with them. They become the guardian. So have a plan set for your children. Let your children know that if something happens, for them to run home. I'll never understand why they harm children. The world is cooked. I know why they harm children, but that I can't say. I can't say why, but I know things. These people are evil and they are sick, and it's disgusting what they do. You can buy a 300-gallon water bladder for around $60 to $80 on Amazon or TikTok. Yeah. Out here in California, all you got to do is go find a grow operation where it got shut down by the government and just go in and take their water reservoirs. That's what I did. They harm children for youthful appearance in evil world. Yes. Adrenochrome. That's why. That's why they harm the children. They want adrenochrome. Spill, bro. What do you mean spill? Newsom laughing in Maui's faces. Yeah. You know, I don't think Newsom is all bad, but I also think he's bought and paid for. And I think he is controlled. Mileage tax coming out. Yeah, there's already a tax in LA. Now, if you travel like so many miles or whatever, you get taxed for like every mile you travel. It's crazy. I'm in Australia, so don't see it as much, but I know it happens. It happens in Australia too. In Australia, your government's more censored, so you're not able to get the information. Yes, very sick people. Dennis, thank you for the follow. And don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to the channel, guys. Become a subscriber and send in those gifts on TikTok if you want to help support the show. Yeah, Red Dawn, I'm about that life. And don't forget, guys, we are supported by donations. We're not making any money off of TikTok. We're not making any money off of Twitch. And we're investing quite a bit into the show. So if you do want to help with the show, send a donation. That's OZZY12233504, and that's on Venmo or Cash App. You can send it. Your donations are the only reason why this show is still going on. If it weren't for the donations, I wouldn't have been able to continue doing this. I'm literally right now, I do stocks as well. Lockheed Martin, LMT, if you're interested in a stock, that's the golden one. But I wouldn't be able to continue to do this if it weren't for the donations, and I am paying the staff with the money I make from my crypto trades now, so I'm not even making any money. I'm bleeding out, and I'm getting to a point where I'm not going to have much to invest anymore if it continues like this. So your donations are much needed. When I say stock up on water, what's the reason? We are headed into World War III. Live access removed. Wow, so we've been banned on TikTok for misinformation because I'm telling people to stock up on water. I knew this was going to happen. I freaking knew it. We have been removed for misinformation, guys. Wow. Global community is natural for people to have different opinions, but we seek to operate on a shared set of facts and reality. We do not allow inaccurate, misleading, false content. We are literally having cyber attacks. We just had a cyber attack. Yeah, they shut me down on TikTok because I told people to stock up on food and water because we're having cyber attacks. I read like 5 articles that said that we were being cyber attacked. Wow. This is why we have Twitch, guys. I can't go live until May 6th. And this is why we have Twitch. Holy crap. This is so stupid. I can't believe this shit. Oh man, I just got TikTok where I was going to be able to use TikTok Studio, and then this happens. This is why we have Twitch, guys, because at any given moment we can be gone on TikTok, and so at least we can still do the show here. So hopefully this encourages more people to move over. And yeah, I wouldn't say it's random. I think it's bots. Yeah, I think it's the algorithm. They don't want this information getting out. Yeah, I've sacrificed a lot, that's for sure. And I'm probably going to end up in court over this, by the way. So yeah, we're not making any money. And every time I get hit with this stuff, like TikTok takes away the subscription money that people pay for subscriptions. So now anytime I get a violation within the month, I don't receive any of my money for subscriptions on TikTok. And the only reason I kept the price at $10 on TikTok is because I had to reduce the amount of messages that were coming in because it was just overbearing. I would have just kept it less money because I'm not getting any of the money. This is disheartening and depressing, but that's why we have Twitch now. That's why we have Twitch, so it's not as depressing. But it is difficult because I work really hard and I'm trying to do something and build something, and just when we're getting traction on TikTok again, this happens, and it's a lot. So mind you guys, I won't be receiving any money for subscriptions on TikTok this month. So definitely going to need donations now. So if you can donate, much appreciated. If you can't, I understand. But we're going to need donations this month for sure. Otherwise, I'm going to have to lay off staff. Because I'm trying not to lay off anybody, but crypto's not pumping. I'm not making any money off of crypto. I'm not making any money off of TikTok. I'm not making any money off of Twitch. I'm just bleeding out every single day. But let's do a little technical analysis, guys. So, as you can see where we're at here, X marks the spot, baby. Friday, May 1st, May 2nd is when we should drop. That lines up with the first of the month sell-off. X marks the spot. And actually, that's a little bit off. But let's fine-tune this. X marks, look at, we are right on the X. X marks the spot. We got one more candle to close and then it's over, baby. So there it is, right there. We're going to hit there and we're going to collapse, more than likely. Ridiculous. TikTok needs to just go away. I know, right? That's why we're on Twitch now. That's why we have this, because I literally can't go live till May 6th. That's a whole week. A whole week I can't go live on TikTok now. So this is why we have Twitch, because we have to have somewhere to go. Because TikTok is unsustainable. I get banned on TikTok for nothing. I won't even break any guidelines and they'll still ban me. And then I'll appeal it and they still won't approve the appeal. Yeah, TikTok is evil. Freaking evil. But you know what? Viewership on Twitch has gone up since the live got kicked. The problem is we're not gaining any new viewers because of it. You know, we're not growing. Because of this, it's completely stunted our growth. I mean, I had 200 subscribers. Now I'm down to 75. You know, and it's because I'm telling the truth. If I got out there and I lied to everybody, I would be blowing up like crazy. That's why all these creators are just lying out their ass, because it's the only way that they can succeed and survive. That's it right there. But yeah, XRP's cooked, guys. I think it's done. If we do get another push, it'll be up to here. Let's see here. And that'll be it. X marks the spot. So it's either going to be right here or right here. And it looks like we're headed right for this zone right here, man. We're cooked. And this show is cooked. I can't believe I can't go live for 7 days. What is it? 29th? It's 8 days. 8 days I can't go on TikTok. Man. It is just, it's getting worse. It's getting worse. And it's great to have 12 people on Twitch, but it's like on TikTok, we're getting, 75, 100 people watching. And I'll continue to do the show for you guys. I appreciate you guys. All 12 of you have been diehard with me through and through, and I appreciate it. But the idea is to get the information out to more people and to actually turn a profit, So discouraging. It is very discouraging. So, mind you guys, donations much needed right now, more than ever, because I'm not going to get any of my subscription money this month, and that's a lot of money. You know, I have 75 people paying $10 a month. You know, that's how I pay my staff, and I'm not receiving that anymore because I'm telling the truth. Did I miss the big news? I guess so. We got banned on TikTok. That's the big news. We got flagged for misinformation, and now I'm out $700 in subscriptions because TikTok's going to take that money, and I don't know how I'm going to pay the staff. I don't know what I'm going to do. This is bad. This is really bad, but I felt like I needed to do it. Like I had to. It was the right thing to do. But if you missed it, Poway Rock, you can always go watch the live after the live it's uploaded to YouTube. It should be on there later tonight, or you can watch it tomorrow. But if you miss anything, guys, you can always watch the lives recorded on YouTube. You got banned just now on TikTok? Yes, I did. Got banned on TikTok until May 6th. Yep. I don't know how this show is going to continue. I guess I got to start lying to you guys. I'm joking, by the way. This is why the truth always gets out too late. Exactly. And why the truth just isn't even out there, because it's unsustainable. I don't know how I can financially continue doing this. I am really worried now. I don't know what I'm going to do, because I know TikTok's tanking, or not TikTok, crypto is tanking, so I'm not going to be able to make money in crypto to keep it afloat. I can't make any money off subscriptions off TikTok, and I'm not making any money off of Twitch. I don't know what's going to happen. This is bad. This is really bad, guys. I lie to my girl all the time. It's okay to lie. Oh, that's good, man. I needed that. I needed a laugh right now, because my mind is going down a dark place right now. Oz XRP isn't going to 247. No, I don't think so. It could still. But X marks the spot, baby. And look at, there's the X right there. X marks the spot. If we don't break above this blue line and get above and start going up this way, this is it. And tomorrow's the 30th. Tomorrow's going to be a mass short at 500x. Let's go. Good for you, man. I'm literally tempted to take out a short. That's how desperate I am for money now. I never take shorts. I could be liquidated. And if I take a short and I get cooked, man, that would be the end of the show. It would be the end of everything. I would have to go back to work. It would be the biggest failure. I can't do it. Can't risk it. I'd lose my farm. Oh, man. I'm kind of depressed now. I literally just got TikTok Studio. I was going to start using TikTok Studio tomorrow. Yeah, I hate work too. I mean, this is work, but I love it. Yeah, liquidated would be fucked. That's why I don't take shorts. you take a short, you have to sell by a certain amount of time, and if it doesn't reach where you're at, you can be liquidated. It's too dangerous for me. I don't know what's going to happen. I need some donations, guys. We're going to be messed up if we don't get some donations coming in. I have to pay the staff, or I got to lay people off. And that means the studio's going to be not built. It's going to be months before the studio's done. Fuck. Part of me is like, I should have just not done it. I should have just kept it. If this short hits Oz, I'll donate. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I'm a little nervous, but at the same time, I think the short is a safe bet right now. Short is a safe bet. This is a hella bearish pattern right here. But definitely gonna need some support. What goes on road what goes around comes around. It'll work out. You did a good thing, even though I didn't know what it is yet. I'll message you a little bit later. I'm willing to help. Appreciate that. Appreciate any help and support you guys send. But let me tell you what happened. So basically, we're getting cyber attacks all around the world, and I do these, audio things for these corporate conglomerates or whatever. Yeah, the cybersecurity thing. That's what did it. So basically what happens is these big companies, they pay for cybersecurity, but these companies that do cybersecurity do not offer any security. What they do is they facilitate the ransom payments of paying the hackers and the people that do it. So there is no cybersecurity. There is no security in anything. I could have sent you some of my EBT money, but Trump cut it to pennies. Damn. I'm sorry to hear that. I might have to get some EBT. I'm gonna have to go on the EBT, man. People that work in cybersecurity make a lot of money, I heard. Yeah, they make a lot of money because basically these corporate companies pay millions of dollars every month to keep their businesses from being shut down by cyber terrorists because... Oh, thank you for the Cash App. I appreciate it. Much needed right now, more than ever. So I do appreciate any donations. I gotta go. I'll message you later. Good night all. Hey, no worries. I'll tell you more about it. We'll talk privately. I'll tell you more about it. I'm probably gonna cover it in tomorrow's show as well. By the way, tomorrow 5 p.m. Pacific time. Monday through Friday. I think I'm gonna be taking Thursdays off and doing a Saturday show. But I don't know if I'm going to do that now because that was only based off of the TikTok algorithm. Now, if TikTok doesn't matter, we can't go live, then who cares? But Monday through Friday, y'all, 5 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're live every single day. That's Oz the Crypto Goat, all lowercases, no spaces. We're on TikTok. We're on TikTok. We're on Twitch and we're on YouTube. So if you missed the show, guys, you can always watch it on YouTube. I guess that's it for the show today. I'm pretty sure that we're going down from here. We're below the support line. Let's go into the 1 minute. Take a look. But we're below support. And let's see here. 24 hours. Somewhere about right here. When we should get the drop. This says at what time it 3 a.m. baby. 3 a.m. Midnight or 3 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's probably going to break this structure. Look, it's right in it too. That is a bear flag within a bear flag, baby. Oh, it's making me sick. Yeah, we're cooked. We're cooked. Next stop, 220-ish. Next stop after that, 215-ish. Next stop after that, $2. Let's see. SEC delays decision on XRP and Dogecoin ETFs. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission is delaying making decisions on whether to allow the listings and trading of crypto exchange traded funds tracking XRP and another tracking Dogecoin. In filings made on the SEC website on Tuesday, the agency said it would wait until June 15th to decide the next steps for Bitwise Dogecoin ETF and June 17th for the